made some threats on Korea before we got the chorus agreement put in place, negotiated a phase one with Japan, certainly imposed significant tariffs on China, and many of those remain.
And he does give the administration credit for the phase one trade deal with China. But Russell says the next 4 years may be more about cooperative efforts, especially when it comes to dealing with China.
I think relative to China and new Biden administration, I think what you might see is two things. One is an effort to try to put more pressure on China by working with our allies, working with our trading partners to try to put some pressure on China. Number two is I think you might see them try to reduce some of the tariffs or eliminate some of the tariffs. I'm not saying all the tariffs, and see if there is a reciprocal action on the part of the Chinese to try to lower the temperature in the relationship.
For generations, we've worked the land. We've faced hardships and uncertainty before, but you can depend on Florida's farmers. We will continue to rise before dawn and harvest our crops, ensuring that Florida-grown fruits and vegetables are in your stores and that your family is fed. We are providers for our families and yours. We're Florida's farmers, and we're in this together.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Get inspired to take your next vacation close to home and experience Miami Beach. A paradise getaway only a drive away. Take in 7 miles of beautiful beach. Walk historic South Beach. Take in the art and culture. Stroll famous Lincoln Road and taste the international cuisine found in a city that offers a faraway feeling without the flight. Visit Miami Beach, a paradise getaway only a drive away. Learn more at Experience Miami Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 81 to 83, then mainly clear tonight, low 63 to 66. Saturday will be nice with partly sunny skies and a high of 81 to 83, then mostly cloudy Sunday with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon and a high of 79 to 83. Couple of showers in the morning on Monday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits.
It is 6 minutes after the hour, Friday morning, the day after Thanksgiving, and this is First Light. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michael Toscano. So I hope you've been having a meaningful Thanksgiving, and if you travel to visit loved ones, I hope you're doing your best to stay safe, and that includes being careful on the roads if you're heading home today or over the weekend, not just behind the wheel, as always, but also if you stop anywhere, please be vigilant. All right, that's what you're doing. Now on to what we're doing together. Trump and transition. For the first time, President Trump has said publicly that he'll leave the White House if the Electoral College gives at least 270 votes to Joe Biden. There's a major but, however. We'll get to that. And if battling a raging deadly virus isn't enough, the warnings about overusing microbial cleaners, all those products which promise to kill bacteria and viruses, are being ramped up because the bugs, both merely troublesome and those which are deadly, are adapting and beating those agents. It's kind of an off day with many folks not working or working less, so we're going to relax a bit. Later on, we're going to talk about the late screen legend Steve McQueen with the author of a new book on this month's 40th anniversary of McQueen's death. Money, movies, sports, and weather, too. It's First Light. Well, the outgoing president of the United States and the incoming president don't have much in common, but they did both stay close to home over Thanksgiving. Mr. Trump at the White House, the Bidens at their beach home in Delaware. But that's where the similarities end, as we hear from national correspondent Clayton Neville.
Michael, instead of spending Thanksgiving with family in Florida, the president stayed at the White House, where for the first time in weeks, he spoke with reporters. He's been avoiding questions from the press since Joe Biden was projected the winner of the presidential election. But on Thanksgiving, the president said if the Electoral College votes in favor of Biden, he'll leave the Oval Office in January.
Certainly I will. Certainly I will. And you know that.
But not so fast. He doubled down on what to this point are unproven claims of election fraud.
I think that there will be a lot of things happening between now and the 20th of January. A lot of things. Massive fraud has been found. We're like a third world country.
When asked if he plans to concede,
it's going to be a very hard thing to concede because we know there was massive fraud. So as to whether or not I can get this apparatus moving this quickly, because time isn't on our side. Everything else is on our side. Facts are on our side.
The president didn't get into any proven facts, but his legal team continues its battle in court, even with many cases already dismissed. The president was posed the scenario of a Joe Biden inauguration and asked if he would be there.
I don't want to say that yet. I mean, I know the answer. I'll be honest, I know the answer, but I just don't want to say it yet.
The president not giving up, but did take a break from tweeting about alleged fraud and addressing questions to join a call with U.S. troops. He wished them a happy Thanksgiving and told them his greatest honor is to serve as commander-in-chief. Meanwhile, for President-elect Biden, a quiet holiday with his wife Jill, their daughter and son-in-law at their vacation home in Delaware. The Bidens did carve out time to speak with healthcare workers on the front line of the coronavirus pandemic.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, everybody.
Thank you very much.
They posted their chat on social media.
How are you all feeling?
For real.
It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening.
Now, with Thanksgiving behind us, the transition to the White House continues for the president-elect, while President Trump fights to stay there. I'm Clayton Neville. Michael?
Thanks, Clayton. It is 10 minutes past the hour on First Light. The United States is edging toward 13 million reported cases of COVID-19 infection, with the CDC reporting that the actual number of cases was closer to about 53 million as of the end of September, and that was before the surge began exploding. The death toll this morning is 263,417. Now, that's pretty grim. But there are some different dangers ahead, dangers we've been warned about in recent years. Jim Roop has more.
WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus says the world is using antimicrobial agents like antibiotics and sanitizing agents like never before, raising concerns now about developing antimicrobial resistance, calling it
one of the greatest health threats of our time.
Well, that's all we need to hear right now. He says while antimicrobial resistance doesn't seem as urgent as the pandemic,
it is just as dangerous. It threatens to unwind a century of medical progress and leave us defenseless against infections that today can be treated easily.
The WHO's Dr. Henan Balki says more and more data is beginning to emerge, too, about the building resistance to cleaning and sanitizing agents, whose use is also exponentially on the rise.
In order for us to avoid such emergence of resistance, again, we encourage the researchers and the scientists to continue to tackle this issue, but we need to focus on the basics of infection prevention and control in the healthcare settings so that we do not need to overwhelm the system with the usage of these entities. So we cannot compensate for overcrowdedness, lack of change or cleaning between patients with the overuse of these agents.
Antimicrobial resistance is the ability of bacteria or virus or fungi to develop a resistance to the drugs or agents used against it. So it's not the body that's becoming resistant to drugs or disinfecting agents, but the bacteria, virus, or fungi that's becoming resistant. Balki says the issue is exacerbated by COVID because while antibiotics don't work against the virus, A lot of antibiotics have been prescribed to patients.
Not more than 10 to 12, maximum 15% of them would end up with a super bacterial infection or a secondary bacterial infection, yet over 70% of them are receiving antimicrobial agents.
Each year in the U.S., nearly 3 million people are infected with antimicrobial-resistant infections. Now, the WHO says the same attention must be paid to antimicrobial resistance as is being paid to the coronavirus itself. I'm Jim Roop.
Thanks, Jim. It is 13 minutes past the hour.
Coming up in sports, number 1 gives its coach number 600. I'm Robert Workman on First Light.
We're back in 2 minutes.
Can't get to the bottom of some of your stomach issues? It might be exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. Paid by AbbVie.
When it comes to the radio, we all have our reason to fight over the dial.
Sports talk, entertainment news. Sports talk, entertainment news.
But with some things in life, we can all win. Like at TD Ameritrade, where we offer 2 different mobile apps. TD Ameritrade Mobile is great for the investor who wants a simple way to track the market, while Thinkorswim Mobile offers a more in-depth trading experience. Visit tdameritrade.com/apps to find the one that's right for you. TD Ameritrade, where smart investors get smarter. Member SIPC.
When the forgotten poor are in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, a floating hospital staffed by volunteers, heroes of mercy who donate their time to save lives.
Every human has the right to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org.
When the coronavirus struck your community, what if you had no soap, masks, food, medical care? This is the reality for the world's most vulnerable people. But there's hope. Children International is helping provide children and families in poverty with the critical essentials they need to survive. Things like food assistance, hygiene education, medical help, and financial aid. To learn how you can help, go to children.org/help today.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month. But you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Welcome back to First Light at 14 past the hour. 50 million of us traveling back home between now and Sunday night. That's the expectation. About 6 million flying. The rest of you on the roads. So if you're hitting the road back home this morning, you're probably interested in the weather. AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz is with us now. And Matt, where's that rain that we saw in the east heading today?
Hey, Michael. Yes, a cold front that moved through most of the eastern U.S. yesterday, which brought us a soggy Thanksgiving, was actually stalling out across the southern U.S. And another wave of energy, a ripple of energy moving along this frontal boundary across Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, as well as Alabama this afternoon, could touch off some heavy rainfall at times for these areas, especially from Houston eastward towards New Orleans here for today. And not only heavy rain, but also the threat for some gusty thunderstorms across South Texas through Louisiana and possibly Mississippi and Alabama as well here for today. Otherwise, a cold gurgle of air moving through the Four Corners region could touch off some snowflakes in the higher elevations of Colorado as well as New Mexico. Also some cooler air filtering across the northern U.S. that could touch off some lake effect snow flurries, especially downwind of Lake Superior here for today. And with that cooler air moving into the desert southwest, that is actually helping to drive the Santa Ana winds this morning across Southern California. These winds will continue to howl here this morning. Once the sun begins to rise, I think those winds will begin to lighten up a bit. Temperatures as well across the country, south of this boundary, across the southern U.S., temperatures feeling more like October. North of this boundary, especially around the Great Lakes, temperatures trending actually closer to normal here for this time of the year. And it looks like near normal conditions across most of the western U.S. as well here for today. As always, check out the newly redesigned AccuWeather app to find out the weather for your location. And have a great day, Michael, and have a great day, everyone, here for this weekend.
Thanks, Matt. 16 past now as First Light headline news continues. And speaking of the weather, red flag warnings of extreme fire danger go into effect for a large part of Southern California. The reason? Those Santa Ana winds.
Santa Ana winds blow from the interior toward the coast. That creates potentially critical fire conditions with the combination of vegetation withering, low humidity, and powerful gusts, especially below mountain passes and canyons. The Santa Anas will affect the region from Ventura County northwest of Los Angeles down to the Mexico border through the holiday and into the weekend. CAL FIRE Captain Fernando Herrera tells KESQ crews are on 24-hour call.
Those guys are staying at a fire station, they're sleeping there, and they're ready to go.
I'm Ben Thomas.
President Trump says he will campaign in Georgia, where 2 Senate seats and control over the Senate by either the Democrats or the Republicans hangs in the balance.
So I'll be going there on Saturday night, and maybe I'll go twice. It's very important that we win those races. These are 2 great people. I know them both very well. They're both great people.
The 2 Senate runoff elections will be held January 5th. President-elect Biden is expected to campaign in Georgia, as is former President Obama, but no specific plans for them have been announced. Hopes of families for a quick release for 6 American oil executives detained in Venezuela for 3 years over an alleged corruption scheme have evaporated. This after a judge pronounced them all guilty and quickly sentenced them to prison. Attorneys and relatives of the so-called Citgo Six said the men were wrongly convicted, and the defense lawyers vow to appeal yesterday's verdicts. Checking the markets, Wall Street exchanges will be open for only a half day of trading today, with stock futures up a fraction overnight. Most of the Asia-Pacific markets also up just a fraction, a few losses, in their Friday trading. First Light headline news.
Friday sports, NFL on Thanksgiving. Texans trampled the Lions 41-25. Deshaun Watson 4 TD passes. Washington whacked Dallas 41-16. Antonio Gibson ran for 3 scores. Lamar Jackson among 4 new Ravens testing positive for corona. Sunday's game at Pittsburgh in doubt. College basketball, number 1 Gonzaga, rip number 6 Kansas. Coach Mark Few gets win number 600. Third-ranked Villanova and number 8 Illinois also won. College football, add USC Colorado to the canceled list. The Buffaloes will play San Diego State tomorrow instead. I'm Robert Workman.
Thank you, Robert, and that brings us to 18 and a half minutes after the hour.
I'm Kevin Carr. Netflix has a new movie that takes a look at the meaning of family. Let's talk about it when First Light returns.
You do realize that right now people are running for their cars to get away from their families after Thanksgiving, right? Well, we'll check that out in 2 minutes.
The spread of COVID-19 is still unchecked across the nation, and you need to keep your family safe. Make a new habit and check your temperatures twice a day, once before dinner and before leaving home in the morning. You can't afford to take chances, so use the Exergen Temporal Scanner. Its accuracy is backed by more than 80 clinical studies, and it takes an accurate reading in seconds. It's the only home thermometer used and recommended by hospitals, doctors, and nurses. Quick and easy to use, you can count on Exergen to keep your family safe 24 hours a day.
These days, everything's customized to you, from your TV show recommendations to your smart speaker. Isn't it time your trading platform was too? Say hello to Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is fully customizable, so you can create your own indicators, perform technical analysis, and use personal predictions to forecast the values of stocks you care about. Get a tailor-made trading experience with Thinkorswim. Learn more at tdameritrade.com/Thinkorswim. TD Ameritrade, where smart investors get smarter. Member SIPC.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
It's Friday morning on First Light, about 23 minutes after the hour, and Kevin Carr is joining us now. And so there's a book, a nonfiction book turned into a motion picture. It's on Netflix. It's called Hillbilly Elegy. And Kevin is here to tell us about it. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Michael. Yes, Hillbilly Elegy is based on a book that it's a memoir of a guy who grew up in southern Ohio, but he had his the rest of his family was down in rural Kentucky, so he felt really connected to them more so than even his Ohio hometown. And he wrote sort of a love letter to that area of the state. And look, it's called Hillbilly Elegy. I got hillbilly family in Pennsylvania and West Virginia, so I'm allowed to use that. I'm allowed to say that term. But everybody seems to have their roots that can go down into certain areas, very rural areas, which culturally can be very different than living in a city or a suburb. And that's sort of the approach to this movie. It's about the kid growing up there and then dealing with all the problems that he faces as a kid, but then sort of separating himself to go to Ivy League college, but still feeling connected there. Now, it's directed by Ron Howard, and it's really his attempt to win something Oscar-wise, sort of for award season. It's got a good cast. Amy Adams is as good as the mom, and Glenn Close is fantastic as a grandmother who is kind of a transformative performance. The problem is that I saw with this movie, and a lot of critics are crumbling around it, is the fact that it really rings out the drama. Every scene's an Oscar clip.
So this was the book by J.D. Vance, and I assume a lot of our listeners probably saw him because a couple of years ago he was ubiquitous on television, especially the cable news channels, and they would always bring him in to explain the white working class citizens of America. He was sort of like the whisperer for a whole massive segment of society that mainstream media perhaps had overlooked a little bit. And I remember seeing him on TV a lot.
Yeah, and there's a lot in the book that does deal with the cultural implications and even the political makeup of sort of that rural voter. They don't really address that in this movie. They address more of just the interpersonal relationships. And I'll look at this way. If you had to spend a virtual holiday, if you had a Thanksgiving where you were contacting your relatives via Zoom because you were worried about the coronavirus, you could watch this weekend, and then you can watch people fight instead of having to have a fight in person on a Thanksgiving dinner. So it gives you a little bit of time to have your edgy family around in virtual sense.
All right. Well, you said like every scene has got an Oscar oriented performance there. How do you rate Hillbilly Elegy?
I'm going to give it 2.5 hillbillies out of 5. It is a bit exhausting to watch, but it's got some good stuff to it.
All right, folks, send your postcards directly to Kevin Carr. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, yeehaw.
And it's Friday morning, November 27, as First Light Flashback takes us to this day in 1970. George Harrison follows the breakup of the Beatles by releasing his debut solo work, a 3-album set called All Things Must Pass.
My continuation from the Beatles, really. It was me sort of getting out of the Beatles and just going my own way. And so as my first record, it was a very happy occasion. But, I think it kind of stands up still.
It's a big seller with such hit singles as What Is Life and My Sweet Lord. Eric Clapton and Ringo Starr among the players. It's 26 past the hour. First Light's back in 2 minutes.
When a loved one, your father, your sister, your aunt, your grandparent, is facing a cancer diagnosis, you want them to have access to the most promising cancer treatments available. I'm Siniqua Martin Green, and when my mother was diagnosed with cancer, our world changed forever. I wanted to know that she was getting the best treatments available. This experience made me so passionate about spreading awareness of treatment options, including clinical trials. That's why I'm joining Stand Up to Cancer to get information to the people who need it most, those who have been diagnosed with cancer and their loved ones. Clinical trials introduce new hope for patients, providing access to cutting-edge and potentially life-saving new treatments, while patients receive the best current care or treatments available. My hope is that all people diagnosed with cancer have access to effective treatments that will make them long-term survivors, like my mom. Talk Talk to your doctor to see if a clinical trial may be the best choice for you or a loved one. To learn more, visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials today.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
Coming up on 29 minutes after the hour now, as Christopher Cruz warns us about an app that offers high interest rates on savings but may actually be stealing your money.
The Federal Trade Commission has sued Yinan Du, the founder of a mobile banking app offered by a company called Beam Financial Incorporated. The FTC says hundreds of consumers have complained on app stores that once they deposit money, they can't get it back. One user said, "It's been almost a month and we still don't have our money. We're broke and putting groceries on credit cards." Another wrote, "I'm still without my $2,900 and Beam doesn't answer the phone or email. They've stolen my money during a pandemic." The company claims it pays high interest rates on deposits and promises withdrawals will arrive in 3 to 5 business days. But the FTC says that's a lie. It says not only do consumers not get the high interest rates they're promised, many don't get their deposits back for weeks or months, if at all. When the FTC demanded information and answers from the company and its founder, they refused to respond. Christopher Cruz, Washington.
This is Friday on First Light.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Let's get a COVID-19 vaccine update with Dan Naraki.
Speaking from the White House on Thursday, President Trump addressed the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, saying that the first shipments of a coronavirus vaccine would go out as soon as next week.
We are rounding the curve. The vaccines are being delivered literally. It'll start next week and the week after, and it'll hit the frontline workers and seniors and doctors, nurses, a lot of people going to start, and we're going very quickly. 2 companies already announced, a 3rd one coming up, and a 4th and 5th one coming up soon also. So it's, some people have called it really a miracle. It could have taken 4 or 5 years to do this. Normally it probably would have taken 4 or 5 years, just getting it through the FDA. We pushed it very hard.
Pfizer requested an emergency use authorization for its vaccine from the FDA last week. Moderna says they will ask for the same authorization by the end of November. From the USA Radio News Ohio Bureau, I'm Dan Naraki.
Trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past results do not guarantee future performance.
Stock market have you nervous with all the massive fluctuations? With the hope for a COVID vaccine on the rise, shifting political landscape, and the election at an end, it's virtually impossible to guess what will happen next. With Vantage Point, you don't have to. Text MONEY to 411-411 to find out how our technology can forecast market trends up to 3 days in advance with incredible accuracy. Text MONEY to 411-411 to get what you need to stay ahead of market trends and find explosive moves before they happen. Vantage Point's patented technology analyzes huge quantities of global data in seconds. Stop guessing. Start predicting trends 72 hours in advance. Text MONEY to 411-411 and experience Vantage Point for free. Text MONEY to 411-411 so you can protect and grow your capital now. Don't wait. Text MONEY to 411-411.
Go to VantagePointSoftware.com for terms, conditions, and privacy policy.
Hey, here's a nice way to get outside to brighten up his holiday week and stay completely safe. Come to Bob Wyans Camellia Gardens, a 5-acre garden that's loaded with Christmas gifts and holiday color. Bob has a huge selection of Christmas cactus starting at just $4.99. He has poinsettias in a huge variety of colors and sizes, with smaller ones starting at $3 for $12. And living Christmas trees, you've just got to see them. And how about gifting a genuine Bob Wines heirloom camellia? They start at just $9.99 and range up to $100 or more, with thousands to choose from. Now, no kidding. So come on out, bring the family, enjoy a walk in this historic garden on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same Christmas blooming location since 1952.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, @yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
The owner and founder, Laditra Stokes Roberts of RBS Counseling and Education Services, will be in the studio with Tom and his co-host Sanda on Monday, November 30th at 9:05 to inform how she helps as a kids' life coach right here in Ocala. So listen in to this behavior specialist from Kids Central this coming Monday, November 30th at 9:05 right here on WOCA, The Source. Good morning, everyone. You're listening to WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, NewsTalk. Thank you for listening on this post-Thanksgiving morning. Yeah, well, you need to relax. It's only a drive away. We're talking about Miami Beach, Florida. Yes, that Miami Beach. With its 7 miles of beaches. Miami Beach with its international cuisine. Miami Beach with its arts and culture. That's right, you could win. A hotel stay in Miami Beach, a tank full of gas. But you can only win if you call in and give us your name and phone number. Just call 352-732-8000. That's 352-732-8000. From your friends here at WOCA The Source, paradise is only a drive away.
That's right, annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning.
24 minutes before the hour, as First Light keeps you company this Friday morning, the music called The Windmills of Your Mind, the theme to the 1968 film The Thomas Crown Affair, starring Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. We're going to talk about a new book called Steve McQueen, in his own words. It's kind of a coffee table book. It could be the autobiography McQueen never wrote. It's got 450 quotes from McQueen, 500 pictures, many before, never seen. So we're joined now by the author, Marshall Terrell. He writes about film and sports and music, and has written biographies of, well, now Steve McQueen, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Billy Graham, and Pete Maravich. That would make an interesting dinner party. So let's welcome.
Sure would.
Yeah, let's welcome Marshall Terrell to First Light. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You've written about some larger-than-life people, and Steve McQueen is a larger-than-life figure. And before I get into the book, could he have been a star today? I mean, he was one of the biggest stars in the world in the 60s and 70s, and he passed away, unfortunately, because of cancer. But could he become a star today?
Oh, absolutely. And the reason why is because his acting is so versatile. It's so authentic. He didn't have to say a whole lot, as you know, in his films. And there was just some sort of attraction to him. I mean, McQueen was kind of the archetype for these actors today that don't really talk a lot, but they're big on emoting, they're big on presence, they're big on charisma. So, I mean, a lot of people that emulate McQueen today. So I would say Brad Pitt is probably the closest to McQueen that we have today. So the answer would be yes, because McQueen was the real deal. And I think that authenticity would have definitely translated to today's world of cinema.
I tend to think first, when I think of Steve McQueen, I think of him in the Thomas Crown Affair. Very cool, modern, a man of his times, suave. He could have been James Bond if he'd been born in England. But then I think of Papillon, a completely different character and a completely different style of acting, a completely different person that you see in that role. And now reading about his life, which I have to admit I did not know much about, but it's a fascinating life. How he got to become Steve McQueen is an amazing story, an amazing journey, and it's also so intertwined with the story of America in the 30s and 40s and his childhood. His life story could be a movie in itself. So tell me about where he comes from, because it comes from Missouri, the Midwest in the Depression. That's where the story starts.
Yeah, he came from a very, very tragic background. Both of his parents were alcoholics. His dad left when he was 6 months. His mother was not very loving, farmed him out quite a bit all over, the country, and just picked him up whenever she felt like it. So he had this very tragic childhood. And then he gets put into a reform school called the Boys Republic, and then he gets out and he joins the Marines because it's really kind of the only way that he can survive. It's the only way that he can put a roof over his head. He gets out of the Marines and he decides, I'm going to give acting a shot, because he found a girlfriend that said, hey, you're kooky enough to try acting. And he thought, well, that beats a 9-to-5 job. So he gets into acting and he discovers that he has this incredible gift. And that gift came from all those life experiences that he had endured as a child, as a teen, and as a young adult. And so then that's when the shift starts taking place.
Well, it seems as if he was pretty much on the road from the time he was a young teenager. I mean, and in his formative years, he, not only was he in reform school, but he was a carny. He was in a chain gang.
Yes.
I mean,
and he was a towel boy in a brothel. And he always said that by the age of 17, he was a very old man.
The name of the book is Steve McQueen in His Own Words, and what you've done is you've got 450 quotations from McQueen, and I don't mean just one sentence, but 450 things that he talked about, and about 500 pictures. And by the way, the pictures are fascinating, not only because you get to see Steve McQueen and it looks like a family album, but also the pictures of the Midwest and the town he grew up in. I think it's Slater, Missouri in the 30s and 40s. Those are interesting all by themselves. But we get to hear from him. And he, in the book, he says at one point, I had no one to talk to as a kid. And I'm wondering, is that where he had no one to talk to, and he's known for being laconic in the film, and he has that cool reserve? I was wondering if that's where that came from.
I think so. I mean, he had, again, his mother had farmed him out. So he always came into a situation. I can kind of understand this a bit. I'm a military brat. So we moved around quite a bit. And when you move into a new situation, you're always kind of the outsider. You're always trying to see where you fit in. And that was the same with McQueen. And, so he was an outsider when he got farmed out to a new place. He was an outsider when he came to the Boys Republic, outsider when he came into the Marines. And certainly that went for when he came to New York. So he never really felt like he had ever fit in. And acting was, his refuge. But, he was, not only was he in a bit isolated, because when he was on the farm, he was with his granduncle and his wife, and he was the only child there. So there's a big age gap difference, and they lived outside of town. So, he was really raised quite a bit just on his own. And when he went to school, he, walked several miles, had to walk several miles into town. And he was a bastard child. So there was that stigma as well. So it was a very painful upbringing for him.
So we're at 17 minutes before the hour now. We've got to take a break, but I've got a question or two left to ask, so we'll finish up with author Marshall Terrell on his new book, Steve McQueen, In His Own Words, coming up. But right after the break, a check of headlines, sports, and weather.
Coming up on First Light, retailers predict the holiday season will be bright despite the pandemic. I'm Kathy Foster.
Back in 2 minutes.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-590-7516. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-590-7516. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-590-7516. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-590-7516. 800-590-7516.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report, summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
Welcome back as First Light Headline News continues at quarter till the hour. President Trump has finally said for the first time in public that he will leave the White House when the Electoral College awards Joe Biden at least 207 votes. Actually, it's more if than when.
President Trump spoke to reporters at the White House after a Thanksgiving conversation with U.S. military members overseas.
How is Kuwait doing?
Trump renewed claims that fraud and crooked local officials in battleground states led to his election defeat.
It's going to be a very hard thing to concede because we know there was massive fraud. Maybe I'll go twice. It's very important that we win those races.
Trump told reporters he will leave the White House if the Electoral College votes in Joe Biden by the December deadline.
Certainly I will, and you know that. But I think that there will be a lot of things happening between now and the 20th.
Trump wouldn't say what his plans were for the inauguration.
I'll be honest, I know the answer, but I just don't want to say it yet.
Jennifer King, Washington.
Neither the president nor his lawyers have presented actual evidence of widespread fraud. We're now seeing an alarming new rise in COVID-19 deaths, a surge in fatalities following the spike in cases being reported across the country. There were 2,313 deaths on Wednesday, the highest single-day increase in deaths since May 6. Residents in Southern California are seeing their power being cut off again because of the threat of wildfires sweeping across the region. Shutoffs began yesterday with about 3,100 customers affected. Nearly 122,000 may experience cutoffs today. Those areas under a warning are in San Bernardino and Los Angeles counties. Nearly all of those currently without power are in Ventura County. Strong Santa Ana winds combined with dry brush has hiked the wildfire danger. At least 5 people were shot and 1 killed during several Thanksgiving night shootings in Henderson, Nevada. The Henderson PD issuing a statement saying, quote, "It is believed the suspects were driving around the city, randomly shooting at citizens with no apparent motive." A 22-year-old male was killed with the 4 who were wounded, ranging in age from 18 to 53. Police say they have suspects in custody, a white female in her 20s and a white male in his 20s or 30s. It's Friday morning with First Light, and Robert Workman is here enjoying holiday football, just like Washington and Texas, apparently.
Michael, NFL Week 12 kicked off with a Turkey Day doubleheader. Texans trounced the Lions 41-25. Deshaun Watson threw for 318 yards and 4 TDs. Will Fuller caught a couple of those. He had 6 receptions in all for 171 yards. J.J. Watt added a pick 6 on defense. Washington walloped the Cowboys 41-16. Antonio Gibson rushed for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns. Washington now 4-7, leading the NFC East. The Ravens-Steelers game was moved to Sunday afternoon, but even that's in jeopardy now. Baltimore reported 4 new positive COVID cases Thursday, including quarterback Lamar Jackson. That puts the total number of players at 12, along with at least 3 staff members. The team's facility will be closed to everyone until at least Monday. And the Ravens are scheduled to play the Cowboys next Thursday. Those testing positive like Jackson, though, have to isolate for at least 10 days. College basketball, number 1 Gonzaga gouged number 6 Kansas 102-90 in Fort Myers, Florida. Drew Timme led the Bulldogs with 25 points. Jalen Suggs had 24. Corey Kispert, 23. Zags coach Mark Few picked up career win number 600. Third-ranked Villanova vanquished number 18 Arizona State 83-74 at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Jeremiah Robinson-Earl led the way with 28 points for the Wildcats. And 8th-ranked Illinois obliterated Chicago State 97-38, 22 for Ayo Dosunmu. The Illini have won their first 2 games by a combined total of 121 points. 10 games with ranked teams today, including number 1 Gonzaga right back at it against Auburn. College football today, a pair of top 25 matchups. 13th ranked Iowa State is at number 17 Texas. Then 2nd ranked Notre Dame is at number 19 North Carolina. Also number 15 Oregon at Oregon State, the first time that game is not being called the Civil War. And number 24 Iowa welcomes Nebraska. On Saturday, number 1 Alabama hosts number 22 Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Nick Saban watching from home with the rest of us. 3rd ranked Clemson is home for Pittsburgh. Number 4 Ohio State travels to Illinois, and number 5 Texas A&M takes on LSU. Number 7 Cincinnati and number 16 Wisconsin have had their games canceled this weekend. Number 11 Oklahoma and number 25 Tulsa had their games postponed. Also off as of last night, number 18 USC Colorado, the unbeaten Trojans without enough scholarship players after testing and contact tracing. The Buffaloes will instead host San Diego State tomorrow afternoon. In the Mountain West last night, Utah State picked up its first win of the season, beating New Mexico 41-27. The Aggies trailed 13-6 at halftime, then scored 4 touchdowns in the third quarter. Andrew Peasley threw for 3 TDs, then ran 62 yards to the house for the clinching score. That's Friday Sports.
Thanks, Robert. Well, day 1 of 3 return home from Thanksgiving travel days just starting to get underway early this morning as AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz checks travel conditions for us. Matt?
In Boston today, starting off with some fog, otherwise mostly cloudy. High temperature climbing up to 58 degrees for this afternoon. In Washington, D.C., partly sunny, turning out pleasant for today. High of 61 degrees. In Atlanta, mainly cloudy skies. It will be mild, though, high of 70 degrees. Minneapolis for today, sunshine. Chilly, though, high of 38 this afternoon. In Denver today, mostly sunny skies, high of 45. In Dallas today, turning out cloudy, cooler, a high of 60. A busy day, though, for Houston, looking at humid conditions with periods of rain and heavy rain at times, along with thunderstorms. Watch out for flooding, high of 75 degrees. Salt Lake City for today, turning out mostly sunny, chilly, high of 39 degrees. And in San Francisco today, plenty of sunshine. Will be comfortable with a high of 61 degrees.
Thanks, Matt. It is 9 minutes before the hour. You're with First Light. Retailers are hoping for a strong finish to 2020 despite the coronavirus pandemic. As Kathy Foster reports, the National Retail Federation is among those predicting, or at least hoping for, a holiday season that's going to be bright.
Since the pandemic has meant less travel and entertainment, the National Retail Federation says consumers will have more money this holiday season to spend on other things. The group says it expects holiday sales to increase between 3% and 5% between November and December, all due to a stronger stock market, an increase in home values, and a projected improved economy. The major jump, it says, will mostly come from online shopping. The retail trade group estimates a 20 to 30% increase in online airline activity. That comes to about $40 billion more in sales compared to last year. But the NRF admits the possibility still exists that these figures could change. A spike in COVID cases could hurt sales as unemployment remains high and some states have once again imposed more restrictions on businesses. I'm Kathy Foster.
It's time for a break, but when First Light returns, we'll have more of our conversation with the author of a fascinating new book on actor Steve McQueen.
When the forgotten poor are in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, a floating hospital staffed by volunteers, heroes of mercy who donate their time to save lives.
Every human has the right to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org.
When the coronavirus struck your community, what if you had no soap, masks, food, medical care? This is the reality for the world's most vulnerable people. But there's hope. Children International is helping provide children and families in poverty with the critical essentials they need to survive. Things like food assistance, hygiene education, medical help, and financial aid. To learn how you can help, go to children.org/help today.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
I wanna make a great escape and I can fight. I wanna speed just like a bullet to your side. I wanna be the coolest man you've ever seen. I just wanna be your Steve McQueen.
And there he is, riding that green Mustang roughshod over San Francisco streets in Bullitt, a man who loved racing, Steve McQueen. In case you've just joined us, and this, of course, is First Light, we've been talking with Marshall Terrell this morning, author of a very interesting new book, Steve McQueen, in his own words. McQueen died of cancer 40 years ago this month. And Marshall, it would have been interesting if he could have made more films, because
I did not know. I was surprised to find out that several years before his death, he became a born-again Christian and talked about his love of the Lord and how that changed his life. And there's a quote where he makes a point of saying, and I did this before I got sick. And, that could have given us an entirely different kind of work, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. The interesting thing about his faith was that a lot of people thought he did it because he got cancer, and that's not the case at all. He was searching for some sort of inner peace throughout his life. A reporter asked him once, what has success done for you? And he said, what has success done for me? Well, I seem to have a lot more friends.
Well, the quote I like the most from the book, which was he talking about himself. He says, I was hungry. I wanted the full course with all the trimmings. I was hungry, talking about life. He was hungry for life. And
yes.
And it's nice to have life, I guess, with friends. so I guess they all kind of go together.
And he was talking about life, but he's also talking about women. And in that quote, there's a book or a photo that's never been seen before. It's of him on break in Myrtle Beach with his arm around two women.
I looked at the picture and then later on realized he was still a teenager then.
Yeah, he was 17 years old.
Yeah.
He joined the Marines. He got permission from his mother. When he was 17. So yeah, he was a young kid, but again, experienced so much that he was really a very mature 17 years old.
Well, it's a unique book. Steve McQueen, in his own words, the pictures are great, the quotations are great, the writing is great. As I say, it's a unique kind of book, a unique look at somebody that that we think we know, and he's a familiar figure to most folks, especially if you like film. So whether you like film or you're interested in just an interesting life, whether or not you're even a fan of Steve McQueen, I think you might be interested in Steve McQueen, in his own words. The author has been with us talking about it, Marshall Terrell, and we really appreciate your taking the time to be with us on First Light.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to take a moment here to give a shout out to one of our partners in the great state of Florida, the stations of Boss Hog Radio. Readers of the Ledger newspaper in Central Florida, I think it's pronounced Ledger, it's spelled Leger. Anyway, the readers have voted Boss Hog Radio the favorite radio station in the Best of Central Florida competition for 2020. Boss Hog Radio is where you hear First Light in those parts. The stations are WKFL in Bushnell, WHNR in Winter Haven, WWAB in Lakeland, and WAVP AM and FM in Avon Park. So congrats to everybody at Boss Hog Radio. And that's First Light for this Friday morning and the week. Thanks to producer Scott Carr. I'm Michael Toscano, and we'll be back here Monday morning. Now drive carefully as you make your way home this weekend, and do what the health experts tell you to keep yourself and those you love safe. See you Monday.
Hey folks, here's how you can get a Christmas gift for yourself at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Get famous Bob Wine's gift certificates and see how much they'll be appreciated by friends and family. Better yet, when you buy for others, you get gifts for yourself. Up to $75, even more, depending on how much you spend. Check this week's ad for super savings on poinsettias, Ocala's best, and for Christmas cactus, and for Bob Wine's famous living Christmas trees. They're at early season prices, but better selections are there right now, so hurry. You can browse Bob's quaint old-timey greenhouse with savings up to 20% on many decorative items that are perfect for gifting. Come enjoy this true holiday tradition in a 5-acre garden. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from the traffic. Open till 4 till 3 on Saturdays in the same Christmas blooming location since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Trump said Thursday evening that coronavirus vaccines will be delivered by early as next week. The whole world is suffering and we are rounding the curve, Trump said. And the vaccines are being delivered next week or the week after. Trump noted that frontline workers, medical personnel, and senior citizens would be the vaccine's first recipients. John Gilbert Getty, the grandson of oil tycoon J. Paul Getty, has died. He was 52. John, a musician, died on Friday in San Antonio, Texas. John leaves behind his daughter, Ivy, his brothers, Peter and Billy. John's mother, Ann Gilbert Getty, passed in September. Let's take a look at those Thanksgiving football scores. Texas beat the Lions 41-25, and Washington beat up Dallas 41-16. Star quarterback Lamar Jackson tested positive for COVID-19 and will not play on Sunday against the Steelers if the game does not get shut down. Lamar Jackson is the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. USA Radio News.
President Trump has exposed the big media, phony polls, voter fraud, fake news, and everyone is turning away from Fox News. If you're tired of Fox, you can now watch Newsmax TV. President Trump is tweeting about Newsmax all the time. Millions are tuning in, and Newsmax is breaking records. Watch Newsmax TV every night for Greg Kelly, Sean Spicer, Chris Salcedo, and more. Plus, get the latest from Dick Morris, Rudy Giuliani, Michelle Malkin, Alan Dershowitz, Diamond and Silk, and Mike Huckabee. President Trump says he watches Newsmax and likes it. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. Check your cable guide. Also get Newsmax TV for free on Roku, Xumo, YouTube, Pluto, Apple TV, and even smart TVs like Samsung Plus and LG. Download the free Newsmax TV app on your iPhone or Android and watch us anytime, anywhere. Newsmax is real news for real people.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Darren Spearman reporting. Well, the European Union has posted a new 25% tariff on U.S. peanuts. The market is still digesting this news and its potential impact on selling peanut kernels and in-shell peanuts to the European Union. The overall U.S. peanut market has been firming since last month's report, which showed the crop at 3.35. Well, the trade says that there is not 3.35 million tons of peanuts. So far, we have only about 2.5. The U.S. crop is to be gathered now and finished up, and the new estimate is 3.321, 3,321,000 tons. Well, buyers, however, said that is too many as well. They believe that the crop in the U.S. is about 3.1 million tons to 3.2 million farmer stock tons. Regardless of the total, early indications are that the excellent quality in the Southeast, especially in regards to aflatoxin, is a welcome sight for this year. Last year's 19 crop was infested with the aflatoxin. The lack of maturity seems to be plaguing the Southwest and the VC crops. They said harvest delays in all three growing areas continue to be an issue, and we're having trouble getting the final part in. China continues to show interest in the U.S. farmer stock, they said, at higher prices, and will be worth watching to see if they linger beyond the new year.
Here's farmer and businessman James Wood.
We farm about 3,500 acres. There's pipelines everywhere. The contractor working on my property did not have the lines located before he began work, and it resulted on a strike on a natural gas pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
I'm Darren Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Get inspired to take your next vacation close to home and experience Miami Beach. A paradise getaway only a drive away. Take in 7 miles of beautiful beach. Walk historic South Beach. Take in the art and culture. Stroll famous Lincoln Road and taste the international cuisine found in the city that offers a faraway feeling without the flight. Visit Miami Beach, a paradise getaway only a drive away. Learn more at Experience Miami Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 81 to 83, then mainly clear tonight, low 63 to 66. Saturday will be nice with partly sunny skies and a high of 81 to 83, then mostly cloudy Sunday with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon and a high of 79 to 83. Couple of showers in the morning on Monday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
6 minutes past the hour. It's the Rick and Bubba Show. Thank you so much for being with us. It's the Cook's Pest Control Best Of here on this Black Friday. I'm your host, Speedy. The guys back together again on Monday.
Baby, let me run around, hang in the crowd.
We'll be recapping an extended Thanksgiving Day weekend. That's how a lot of best ofs are actually made. So you'll definitely want to be tuning in on Monday. Kick off the Christmas season. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Yep, it's here. This here is a classic here from last year. It's Where's the Purple Worm? Where is the Purple Worm? Told by Rick Berger.
Over the spring break, we did a staycation before we knew we were all going to have a pandemic, which was good. I was glad. So we've been trying to get Pop, Coach down to fish, and luckily it landed on a day that Greg's long day here. He was able to come down and spend some time with us too. And we actually turned out having a really beautiful spring day in March. And so, one of the things is Dad, getting a little older, and Mom and Dad, travel. They don't want to drive at certain times of the day and things like that. And so they were just going to come down, spend the night, but we were going to go fishing and go hang out and let Mom and Sherry ride around and look at all the pretty stuff that's, going at the farm and all this. So we're getting to the point, you have to understand our whole lives, dealing with hunting and fishing with our dad was different, Greg, and we didn't know that than other people. Yeah, we didn't know. And so you all know this, and there's, a deceiving picture there. Some people in the audience saw this particular picture, the one back before that, and they thought incorrectly that Dad was using a worm other than purple. That is not his rod. First of all, Mom told him, you don't need to take your stuff. Rick's got all the stuff you need at the farm. He didn't like
right.
So he didn't like that.
No.
And he'd already told me he wasn't going to be put in a room somewhere because of the virus either. So we were already having to deal with that because the doctor had told them that they need to not be exposed to anything. And Dad said that, that he was not going to sit in some room and do nothing. Yeah. And so then Mom saved the day by saying, well, what do you think about him going to the farm with his sons? To which the doctor said that's the best place he could be, is in some rural area and lots of out in the open and a lot of acreage.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. And so he's looking at everything and he says, so hey, and my mom's name is Ganelle. Ganelle, where's my stuff? And she said, well, we didn't bring your stuff. You're going to have to use Rick's stuff.
Uh-oh.
And look, I was ready. I was ready because I know. Now, keep in mind, this is what you got to know about Coach Bill Burgess, okay? Whatever is said, if it's contrary to what he believes, it is a moot point.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. It is dead on arrival. Okay? So we had in here last week some of the best fishermen in the world. Okay.
Yeah, who earn a living doing it.
Yeah, they study fishing.
I walked over to the expert on product development from Pradco, and I said, write down on here everything I need to get to go fishing next week. And he gave me a list, and I went and got every bit of it.
Did you?
Yes. Okay. So now this is what a guy who develops products said. If you're bass fishing for a largemouth bass, this is as good of a tackle box as you could have. Here's your go-tos. You got what you need if you want to do something like a rattle trap. You got what you need if you want to do something like a spinnerbait. And here is the plastic that I would throw. Melon-colored dinger, okay? And I know this is dead on arrival. I know it is, okay? So I'm trying to be prepared, and I thought I had it. So we get down there. Now, Greg was my witness, and we all caught fish. The biggest fish we had caught up to that point, I caught on that melon-colored plastic dinger. What do you think, maybe 3.5 pounds?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there? But it was the fish so far, the biggest one we had caught.
Yeah.
Okay? So I make the mistake of thinking Dad should throw that. Okay? Hey, Dad, look, here's what they're hitting right now. Gosh. You think I'm going to throw that? I said, Dad, hey, Ricky, what color is that? And I made the mistake of not stopping.
You didn't say melon.
I said melon.
Golly.
Melon?
Rick, why didn't you say light purple?
You think I'm going to throw a melon worm? I said, Dad, I just caught a 3.5-pound bass on it. You probably snagged it.
Yeah.
It was probably laying up against the bank. You must have snagged it. Because I ain't throwing a worm that looks like that. And so then something I wasn't prepared for. Hey, Rick, hell, it ain't even got a tail on it. I said, Dad, I understand that. Here are all the worms from the 60s. They're all over here in this thing that I keep.
Probably.
I got every kind of purple worm you could think of. Greg, he starts going through it, which is the picture I saw that I had. He starts going through it. He goes, well, there ain't no flat tails in here. Where's the ones with the flat tails on? I said, Dad, it has a tail on it. It's purple and has a tail. Good. Well, that ain't no tail. That ain't a flat tail.
You got to have a flat one so it wiggles.
And I was like, Dad, that's a tail. You know what I'm talking about? It has the tail, but it's not flat.
Right. Yeah, the flat one it flaps around more.
Yeah. Ganelle, you mean to tell me I left my stuff at home to come down here to this? Mm-hmm. I'm going to throw worms that don't even have flat tails on them? And I'm like, Dad, we're catching fish. Y'all don't miss that. Yeah. We're catching fish. Yeah. It would make sense, I guess, right, Greg, if we weren't catching fish?
Yeah, if we hadn't had a bite all day, I can see this point.
But that fish right there was caught on the melon dinger with no tail that he won't throw. He goes, give me that worm. He starts going through those worms. I said, Dad, he goes, is there a purple worm in here? I said, Dad, there's several purple worms. I'm talking about with a flat tail. And then I made the mistake. I said, well, here's a flat tail. And I pulled out a purple one that has the wiggly thing. Yes. That goes all the way down. No. You want me to throw that? Dad, it's purple and it now has a flat tail. You know what kind of worm I'm talking about, Rick. The worm you're supposed to be fishing. You can't tell me you don't have a worm in here that's purple and has a flat tail? And finally I just said, Dad, I guess I don't. I guess I didn't know it had to be a flat tail. I'll tell you what.
Details.
Well, and he goes, well, I mean, we're catching fish, but
yeah, well, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, and he goes, but
think about what he could be.
He goes, but I'll tell you one thing, what we could be doing right now, if we had a purple worm with a flat tail. And I was like, okay, Dad. And then I started
He loves change.
Yeah. Oh boy, he loves it. And so, but then I kept saying to him, I said, "Have you caught a fish as big as one I just caught a minute ago?" And then finally, he gave me that look like, "You gonna keep that up?" And he said, "Hey, I was catching fish.
Here we go.
Before you were ever even born." And I said, "Yes, sir, I know." And I said, "Who you think the best fisherman out here today is? Seriously, you think it's Greg?" And he looked at me. He said, "Greg." And I said, "Well, then it must be me." He goes, "You?" He goes, "I'll take Greg over you." Like that. Look, he goes, "You just throw into fish." And that's what he says to me. He goes, "I actually fish. I throw it out there, a presentation, and he goes, you throw into fish. I actually catch fish." And I was like, I didn't know what that means.
It doesn't make sound good.
But there was a moment the way he said it, I thought, gosh, that makes a lot of sense.
He must be right.
It does, by the way. It makes a lot of sense.
You ain't got no presentation. Well, I thought we said, I take Greg over you. As far as being the best fish.
He's probably got a flat tail.
After you left, I said, well, Greg's gone. I guess it's me and you now.
Rick and Bubba.
Take advantage of limited-time Black Friday savings and let HelloFresh spice up mealtime at home with simple recipes and fresh ingredients delivered to your door contact-free. With more than 22 wholesome recipes to choose from every week, HelloFresh has something everyone will enjoy. For a limited time, go to HelloFresh.com, use the code BUBBA90 for $90 off plus free shipping during HelloFresh's Black Friday sale. That's promo code BUBBA90 for $90 in savings at HelloFresh.com. Visit rickandbubba.com for info under the sponsors. Hey, our friend Dr. Katz has been helping people with their bad breath for over 20 years. It's all thanks to the bad breath fighting power of this TheraBreath Fresh Breath Oral Rinse. But not only are the folks at TheraBreath helping you fight bad breath, they've developed oral rinses to strengthen your gums, help your dry mouth, and protect your smile. So whether it's cavities, gum disease, or just plain old bad breath, Dr. Katz has made a TheraBreath for you. Available at Walmart, Amazon, and at TheraBreath.com or rickandbubba.com under the sponsors button.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español?
Hablo.
It's hablo?
Yes.
It's hablo. Bon dia, like good day, good morning, I think.
I can say, je m'appelle David, but that's probably it.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
This year is my year to get fluent in Spanish, and Babbel is definitely going to help me do that. The app is so easy to use, and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel
to our real-life situations.
I've tried other language learning apps and nothing really stuck. Babbel's been a complete game changer for me.
Hoy es miércoles y el clima está muy bueno afuera.
Estou com fome. Eu não tomei café de manhã.
Je suis des États-Unis et du viens-tu?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Why so serious?
Spilled your drink? Quick! The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading value brand. So you can get back to the party. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
You like your burger medium well, your peanut butter crunchy, and your mattress firm. It's the little things that make you, you. And you deserve a Medicare plan that fits your unique needs. That's why United Healthcare is offering more plan options than ever, so you can find just the right plan for you. Call 1-800-362-8715. That's 1-800-362-8715 to get Medicare with more. Remember, Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th.
Do you think all vitamin C's are the same? They're not. Ester C is a superior form of vitamin C. It's the only vitamin C with 24-hour immune support, and it lasts up to 2 times longer than regular vitamin C. So don't just settle for any vitamin C. Buy Ester C and support your immune health today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Finally, a bed that senses snoring and automatically responds. Introducing the new Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic. Our first system that detects snoring, then automatically adjusts by raising the bed. This Black Friday, save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets during the Tempur-Pedic Smart Sleep event. Get your best sleep. All night, every night. Learn more at Tempurpedic.com.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. How can I make the most of waiting for my next big vacation?
Translate your questions into goals by investing with Merrill Edge Self-Directed. It's more accessible than you think, with helpful planning tools plus free online stock and ETF trades, so you can keep practicing your pronunciation. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/withinreach to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated. Registered broker-dealer, member SIPC. Other fees may apply. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Hey, our friend Dr. Katz has been helping people with their bad breath for over 20 years. It's all thanks to the bad breath fighting power of this TheraBreath Fresh Breath Oral Rinse. But not only are the folks at TheraBreath helping you fight bad breath, they've developed oral rinses to strengthen your gums, help your dry mouth, and protect your smile. So whether it's cavities, gum disease, or just plain old bad breath, Dr. Katz has made a TheraBreath for you. Available at Walmart, Amazon, and at TheraBreath.com or RickandBubba.com under the sponsors button.
You got to let me know.
Cleaning up on 20 minutes here till after top of the hour, 20 after. Thank you so much for listening to the Rick and Bubba Show. I got to do this, even though like the staff isn't here live. I am. I'm Speedy hosting the best of. And just looking here at the weekend games, I just want to sound the alarm for the Beth Mowins game of the weekend. And I was just sitting here flipping through, and it's a late one now. It's a late game. It's going to be 9:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. It's Utah and Washington. Beth Mowins, Kirk, and Stormy. And I can only imagine how Beth would say all that. They are all on the call. But the Beth Mowins, just sounding the alarm, the Beth Mowins game of the weekend is going to be a 9:30 Central Time game Saturday night on ESPN. It is Utah at Washington. There you go. There's your Beth Mowins game of the week.
There's old Bill Bubba Bussy coming on back in.
Hey, glad to be here, Rick.
Hey.
I mean glad to be here.
I bet you are. Getting ready for your big stint?
How about that?
Stint City.
Little pop work there, huh?
Yeah, so are you getting prepared? You ready to go?
You know, the getting in there, getting ready, getting everything started, you know, that's the biggest headache. And the most painful part of all of it, pulling stickers and tape off. Because they're going to put all kind of stickers for the wireless heart monitor. They're going to put all kind of stickers for the EKG thing they got to do. And they got stickers for this, stickers for that. You got tape to hold IV here. We got tube there with a, you know,
and look, let's face it, they're putting tape on Cousin It from the atmosphere. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, as you can see, I have started to take care of that problem slowly but surely.
That looks odd.
Yeah, it does. It feels weird.
I thought this was about all the weight program, the bodybuilding you could be doing after summer.
Well, you know what? We started calculating. I think if I cut all the hair I've got on off, we could lose 5 pounds.
You know what?
Just that alone. Yeah.
Now we're down 15.
When you look at the hair and the moisture it's holding,
that can really
you know what?
There's something to that.
Let me see.
Did you go electric razor on your arms?
Yeah, I did a clipper. You know, the clipper all the way down, and I'll tidy that up. But anything will be better than pulling those long.
No question.
Yes.
I got rid of one of the things you love to kid the most about, the silver forest. It is gone.
No.
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
The silver forest is gone.
How weird does that feel right now?
I bet you feel cool.
That shirt laying down on your chest. Does that feel weird?
Prickly, isn't it?
Between the blood thinners and shaving some hair, I'm freezing to death. I mean, I'll be glad when it warms up.
Show us again. Adler's on you now.
Are you hairless? Are you hairless?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Did they weave it?
Silver forest has been clear cut.
Don't you ever do that again?
We had a wildfire.
Golly.
Cleared it out.
Boy, it just burned acres, didn't it?
So you look like one of them bodybuilders now. How did you do that?
I'm not.
Are you ready for flags?
I'm not used to having to shave myself.
No, who is?
So it's a little awkward, and you don't know. I don't really know the right tools to use.
Oh, good night.
So I couldn't figure out where I needed to go to do this to begin with.
Oh,
somewhere because you better make a mess.
You don't want to
talking about like shower, bathroom.
You should still. You got to go out
the toilet.
You don't want all that going down a drain.
No, you got to go outside for this. Stand out in the yard.
Lay down something
hot.
So I went out.
Weave an Indian blanket.
I went out on the back porch.
Yeah, there you go.
And I got the shaver, and I commenced to shaving.
Yeah. Okay.
And
what? It takes 3 hours.
Well,
were you standing in your boxer shorts? Like I got to know.
No, I was just in my regular shorts.
If there's video,
I just had my shirt off.
God,
so at the time, the prevailing wind was blowing right to left.
Okay.
So
his neighbors like
everything was blowing out in the backyard, which is fine.
Right in the pool.
But right as I got kind of busy, right in the middle of it all, the wind change started blowing back at me.
Oh no! Hair in the face.
So I'm committed now. So I'm thinking I just got to finish this. You know,
get it strong.
So I finish. I go in and I go to the back, and I'm gonna lay down, take a little break, you know, like I'm supposed to be doing. And so Betty comes in a little bit later, and she says something to this effect, and I'm paraphrasing. I tell you what, we got to do something about that cat.
Oh no!
And I'm really not thinking.
I hear where
still
this
on
is
that
going.
line. I said, Betty, what are you talking about? She said, Einstein's been on that back porch, and it is a mess back there. Now he's our very large gray cat.
Oh yeah.
And she says, I'm gonna take him to the vet and get him shaved. Said he must be miserable.
Bubba.
And then I realized,
big silver cat.
and she just keeps talking about how much hair is back there, and big old clumps of it all over the place.
Oh my! Oh, Bubba.
Good night.
And
nice cleanup, kid.
I'm supposed to not be stressed right now. So I thought, you
blamed it on the cat.
Me explaining this probably would only stress the situation. So I said, Betty, I'll go out there and blow it off with a blower in a minute. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I think he'll be okay. We probably just need to let nature take its course. He won't shed more than he needs to. So let's just. I wouldn't worry about it.
You just stuck with it.
I kind of down the ball a little bit.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Some of that hair could have been here.
Might have been. Hey, don't take that cat and shave him, Betty. This is nature working his deal.
Y'all, I got to go back to something. There's so much hair, he needs a blower. And and there's so much hair, Betty noticed it. Look at all that hair.
And the little battery blower wasn't enough. I mean, we need to get the gas one out for this.
You talking about somebody means business? Bubba, I want to know. I want to be sure I have this right.
He's got a dust devil made out of Bubba's hair.
You shaved your body, your upper body.
Yeah, it was just the front. I can't reach the back.
No, the back.
Oh, wow.
Too late for that.
That's a whole nother project.
She would have thought
there.
2 cats were shedding.
Yeah.
But
she thought there'd been a fight out there. Yeah.
But you produced so much hair. Your wife thought the cat was shedding.
Yes. Because it was everything was covered when I went back out there. I thought, wow, it made a bigger mess than I realized.
Didn't realize it. A lot going on.
Yeah, it was the winds blowing. You don't really pay attention to it.
Is it itch right now?
Huh?
Is it itch?
Usually no, not really.
Yeah.
Not yet.
At some point,
it will when it grows back
when it starts
out.
growing back, you'll get itchy. Really.
And if I shave it all the way down tight, really tight, it'll probably.
You ever seen footage of those bears when they scratch on trees?
Yeah.
That'll be Bubba when our hair starts growing back.
Plus you have, when you have a hairy chest, you got a little bit of, lift off of your shirt here.
That's what I'm saying.
Sensitive areas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I got another question.
I don't want to get burned there.
So, what about your back?
Well, I'll have to have help on that one.
Did they put anything on your back?
No, but he's shaving everything else. I just thought, why not?
I figure I'll just go top to bottom, be done with it.
Could it be more uniform?
Today, the legs.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope the wind's blowing the right way. Poor cat. If I don't, he's in for it.
Is there anything else, honestly, medically, you'd have to shave right now?
A little bit on my leg, because they put a couple of stickers on your legs.
Well, now we're growing this time, ain't we?
Oh, yeah. We'll have to trim that down.
Are you going to use a mirror for that? Because you can't see it. Are you just going to get in front of a mirror?
Well, sadly, you have to get over a mirror.
Got it.
But
I noticed this.
You might be surprised. It's not. They don't trim. I think where you think they're trimming.
It's a little further down the leg.
It's more to the side. It's right in the crease.
Yeah, right in here. Yeah.
That's
easy.
That boy speedy.
That's it.
I'm just rubbing my leg.
Golden Ticket seats just had a different experience.
Bubba just pulled his shirt up, so I think we're good.
Right. Yeah. So.
Hope I didn't blind anybody.
Well, you should have seen how that looked
Frosty
from
the
their
Snowman
view.
out here.
Well, that's a good point.
They were watching you from behind. Don't miss that.
Okay. My bad. Sorry, Mom, Dad.
Sorry, Mom.
So cats stay clear of Eddie.
Yeah. So
stay way clear.
You're gonna get.
I'll tell. I'm gonna text her and tell her.
Yeah, you'll tell her. Yeah. Probably after the cat's already been sheared from head to toe.
Yeah.
How will you do that? Hey, that hair was me.
Hey, since I looked at it and I thought about it.
Now that
that may have been me.
Now that I've thought about it.
Yeah. Now that I look at this a little closer.
Think about how much hair that is. I mean, we really got to break that down. We're talking about enough hair to where A, it's noticeable, B, you need the blower, and it's just blowing all over the backyard. Oh, my gracious alive. They would just go live life, come back, report it. That's our show prep. Thank you so much for joining us. Speaking of going out and living, I hope all of you are enjoying your Thanksgiving break. Black Friday edition here of the Best of Rick and Bubba show. Cook's Best Control Best of. Rick and Bubba back live in studio coming up on Monday. So we'll do a lot of recapping of Thanksgiving weekend and see how all of your Thanksgivings went and then get the stories from Rick and Bubba that will make future best ofs, I'm sure. But thank you so much for tuning in to the Rick and Bubba show. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got about 2 more segments here this hour. A lot of requests are rolling in. So trying to compile all those, see what we have played, what we can play, what might time down. So all of those requests are being looked at to see if we can't get some of those on. So we appreciate you doing that. We'll be right back. More to come here on these Cook's Pest Control Best of.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Trump said Thursday evening that coronavirus vaccines will be delivered by early as next week. The whole world is suffering and we are rounding the curve, Trump said. And the vaccines are being delivered next week or the week after. Trump noted that frontline workers, medical personnel, and senior citizens would be the vaccine's first recipients. John Gilbert Getty, the grandson of oil tycoon J. Paul Getty, has died. He was 52. John, a musician, died on Friday in San Antonio, Texas. John leaves behind his daughter, Ivy, his brothers, Peter and Billy. John's mother, Ann Gilbert Getty, passed in September. Let's take a look at those Thanksgiving football scores. Texas beat the Lions 41-25, and Washington beat up Dallas 41-16. Star quarterback Lamar Jackson tested positive for COVID-19 and will not play on Sunday against the Steelers if the game does not get shut down. Lamar Jackson is the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. USA Radio News.
At the American Veterinary Medical Association Annual Convention in Washington, D.C., I spoke with Dr. John Howe, AVMA president, about One Health.
One Health is really a collaboration between physicians and veterinarians or public health officials. For example, in Minnesota, our state public health veterinarian deals with zoonotic diseases, rabies, for example. Animals are sentinels for humans, and humans are sentinels for some infections in animals.
There's more valuable information at avma.org.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Casper.com/terms.
Hey, here's a nice way to get outside to brighten up this holiday week and stay completely safe. Come to Bob Wyand's Camellia Gardens, a 5-acre garden that's loaded with Christmas gifts and holiday color. Bob has a huge selection of Christmas cactus starting at just $4.99. He has poinsettias in a huge variety of colors and sizes, with smaller ones starting at $3 for $12. And living Christmas trees, you've just got to see them. And how about gifting a genuine Bob Wyand's heirloom camellia? They start at just $9.99 and range up to $100 or more, with thousands to choose from. Now, no kidding. So come on out, bring the family, enjoy a walk in this historic garden on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same Christmas blooming location since 1952.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Welcome back. This is WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. News Talk right here in Ocala and the surrounding areas. You know, you need to relax. It's only a drive away. We're talking about Miami Beach, Florida. Yes, that Miami Beach, with its 7 miles of beaches. Miami Beach with its international cuisine. Miami Beach with its art and culture. That's right, you could win a hotel stay in Miami Beach and a tank full of gas. But you can only win if you call in and give us your name and phone number. Just call 352-732-8000. That's 352-732-8000. From your friends here at WOCA The Source, paradise is only a drive away.
Let's continue with more best of.
To educate those of us that don't know the inner workings of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, to spar is called rolling, right?
It is, yes.
And Adler's been in this class for
it's
30 something sessions.
I've been to 30 classes, and it's taken me a lot longer to get those 30 than it really needs to.
Yeah, to earn a stripe.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I'm just saying, and now there's a new trend has started. Undoubtedly, at times they go co-ed. In the grappling, rolling
arts of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yes.
And women keep picking you to compete against.
Women don't keep picking me, okay?
Are you the only guy they
I told no. Everybody, it's a round robin, okay? I cannot stress that.
But all I hear you grappling with is women.
Okay.
So now what happened? There was a woman that you were the first one to ever be called out by her to grapple with.
Yes.
And then another woman has grappled with you, and then there has been George Webby's daughter has grappled with you.
She picked me up,
right?
Carried you around like a child.
Carried you around like a toddler, and now the woman that said her goal in life is to tap you out. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which means submit you. We get you to say I quit.
Yes.
To call calf rope.
That's right.
Okay. So
and she's
to say uncle.
Yeah. And she's good, and she's also bigger than Webby's daughter. So,
that's quite a sentence.
You got your hands full.
The whole thing with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, though, is that size a lot of times. You can use that to your advantage. Like being small, you can use to your advantage.
It matters.
You can use being big to your advantage too. But if you are technically better than the person you are going against, you can beat them. That's the whole thing.
It's an equalizer,
which is really cool because I'm kind of a small guy. So
who said
now I can literally all the time everyone in this room.
Okay.
When? Yesterday.
So now you must face what I think is becoming your nemesis there.
Yes. Called you out.
Yeah, the Black Widow.
Oh, baby, roll with me, roll with me.
That's good, guys. That's good. Everybody's real good with their clickety-clackety buttons and music, okay?
So what happened?
So she calls me out, and we are, do the whole high five thing. It's very much about respect.
You're saying that like we know. We don't know that y'all
show me how you start.
Yeah.
Show.
So it's like a pat and a bump, and then you go.
It's like a handshake.
Yes. It's like, you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. That kind of thing. Okay.
Chick, you got pretty hair.
Let's go, chick.
I don't say you got pretty hair. Okay?
Can I look into your eyes?
Nobody's doing that.
What kind of fingernail polish is that?
We're trying.
Do you get a breath mint before?
So how did this roll go?
So
baby, hold me, hold
I am. I'm. You got to do Tyrannosaurus Rex arms.
Let's not do that.
By the way.
Let's not do that.
That's a move you can't do in that particular match.
If you get fully extended out, you're going to get put in an arm bar. You have to keep your arms safe.
Everybody knows that.
Keep
They'll
them
grab
in,
it.
elbows in.
That's right. Elbows into your body.
It's like Speedy when you go to lunch.
That's right.
You don't reach out.
Same
You don't reach out like Al Franken.
That's right.
No.
That's right. So we start, and
I love your elbows.
here we go.
Okay.
We're going. All right. And
how do you feel
So you
about
stood
it?
there like this, spacing her.
Greg, we're grabbing like
The keys.
clothing. We're
I'm just
grabbing
asking,
clothing.
did you go,
So
all right, here we go.
How's the roll going?
So we start, okay, and we're both trying very hard because she's very good.
Right.
She's been coming a lot longer than I have.
Right.
So I'm, I'm, there's a little bit of ego there, but you're supposed to leave that aside.
Leave it at the door.
Leave it at the door.
How you feeling about it now? You feel like, hey, even though you're smaller, that you feel like you can do it?
Sometimes.
You okay, Bubba?
Sometimes when I'm rolling with a dude, to concentrate, I'll close my eyes.
Interesting.
Oh, boy.
I did that with this person, and I decided that was a bad idea. Okay.
All right.
You need to be real sure
Right.
about things. Okay.
True.
Where are you grabbing?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you really need
right.
closing your eyes and just reaching out to grab.
Yeah.
If you close your eyes, it looks like you're puckering up.
Yeah, it does.
So
you don't want to hear.
so I go for what is called the the lapel choke.
Watch
okay,
it now. Watch it.
Oh wow!
And-
So I'm going to choke you with your gi.
Yeah, that's right. You can use the gi against people. You can take their gi, pull it out, wrap it around their arm. Boom! I got you.
Well,
I
that's
got you
not good to have
all
the
wrapped
gi.
up. Got you hog tight. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You talking like that too?
No, you don't
Do y'all
talk.
trash talk? Do y'all
No,
trash
you
talk?
don't trash talk. It's about respect, mutual respect.
Okay.
Life and death. We talked about
Can you
this.
pull hair?
No. And at this point, I've got both of my hands kind of bundled up,
didn't call
and
her.
she sweeps me.
Oh no.
So what, with her leg?
Ooh, leg sweep.
I am now on the bottom, and
Picture it.
she's got me.
You're on the bottom?
She's mounted. She's got me. She's got me. That's what it's called.
Is that a jiu-jitsu
That's
term?
what it's called.
She
Yes.
mounts
I feel like I need to call somebody.
You got side mount. You got side body. You got full mount. You got okay. It's
Anybody got Urban's number?
half guard, full guard. These are
gracious.
these are terms that will save my life one day, and y'all are gonna be really glad. Okay. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I get out of that move, okay? I get out of that move, and I get myself into kind of a guard position, and she's now on her back, using guard against me.
Which
okay?
guard means is like she's back here and she's like doing this.
Yes.
Greg Speedy's acting it out.
Right.
Show me again, Speedy.
So she's on the back and she's like kicking.
Speedy, stop doing that. Please stop doing
Like
that.
that.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
It's not accurate.
Okay.
No, it's not accurate. Did that look accurate?
What's she doing, Neil?
How's she stopping you?
So
I would think she's using her feet to push you away.
yes, there's a lot of that in jiu-jitsu. It's all about control, okay? You're about control and leverage and balance and framing and math, okay? It's a very technical sport. It's a very technical sport.
So she's on her back and you're attacking.
And I'm attacking.
You go,
She grabs my sleeves, okay? She's got my
She's
sleeves.
got your gi now. You call her a name?
And she then puts her feet in the creases of my elbows.
She's got you now.
And she's got me in what is called spider guard.
Oh, baby, roll me, roll.
I've heard it called something. She's got spider guard.
At this point, it's unbelievable how much control she has over my body.
Well, look, we can all attest to that.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about I'm grappling. What do you think I'm talking about?
And so she's got me in spider guard, and in order to get herself into a safer position, she goes from spider guard to full guard.
What is that?
What does that mean?
Which is
She's in a position to either kick you away or pull you in.
So she pulled you in.
So she like tried to separate your arms, like
no.
Exactly.
wide.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So, and then
So now
so
you're
I
like
go
you're like
down.
this, yeah.
And then
So
she climbs
I
down and
smash,
you can't do nothing.
and I get, and then and then I find myself in full guard again, guys.
So what does that mean? What position are you in?
So she got me all wrapped up. So
Did you try to stand up?
Oh, baby, roll with me, roll with me.
So she's
I
got
regret
you.
telling y'all about
She's
this.
got you pinned.
She's
Did you try to stand up?
You're not smiling, are you?
I'm just trying to figure out.
I regret telling y'all about this hobby.
Were
of
you
mine.
pretending to try to get out of the full guard?
It's just
I can't get out.
okay.
Oh, you got me. Oh,
So now
Okay.
she's on her back.
Yes.
And she's
yes.
pulled you in.
Yes.
She's like that now.
Yeah.
Speedy,
And you're.
Speedy, I'm going to ask you to stop doing that. Okay?
Now, I'm
going to ask
This
you
is
nicely.
strictly an athletic question. You're on top of her,
I am. Yes. Yes.
Technically.
But you're rolling.
but you
I
can't.
mean, this is part of.
and you can't move.
How is this now?
Now, are
you
you-
stretched your body?
Yes.
Now, where is your head in all this? I'm trying to
That's
get.
a horrible question.
It's hovering. It's up here.
Well, it was for a second.
Are
it
you
was-
like a guillotine?
For a second, she kind of had me kind of in a headlock with her legs, but I got out of it. But I got out of it.
I'm showing so much restraint.
I got out of it.
You did get out of it?
Yes.
She had your head.
I got out of it very quickly too.
She had your head in a leg lock.
Kind of, yes.
30 minutes later, he got
That's
out
called
of
a triangle, guys.
Yeah.
It's called a triangle. It's very effective.
I
You
can
know how
take about half hour of that. I can't do that. That's it.
Okay.
45 minutes tops.
Okay, guys. We're all real funny guys in here. We're all getting a big laugh at Sadler's expense. All right. Y'all lock up when you're done.
And don't forget to turn the lights on.
Sweetie, you're so stupid. God.
Did you win or lose?
Nobody got anybody in that particular session.
Wow.
How'd you get all those marks?
Another no contest?
It was a tie, okay? All right. So I'm learning, I'm getting better, and I'm figuring out this whole thing. And it's a very cool exercise. It's great cardio. It's great for self-defense.
What's that hickey on your bicep you were showing?
It's not it. It's a bruise.
It looks just
like bruise, Greg.
Why were you putting toothpaste on it?
I regret telling you all about this.
Rick and Bubba.
Get inspired to take your next vacation close to home and experience Miami Beach. A paradise getaway only a drive away. Take in 7 miles of beautiful beach. Walk historic South Beach. Take in the art and culture. Stroll famous Lincoln Road and taste the international cuisine found in the city that offers a faraway feeling without the flight. Visit Miami Beach, a paradise getaway only a drive away. Learn more at Experience Miami Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Municipal Golf Course, 3130 East Silver Springs Boulevard, any Wednesday at 6:30 a.m., and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, check OcalaBusinessLeaders.com.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 81 to 83, then mainly clear tonight, low 63 to 66. Saturday will be nice with partly sunny skies and a high of 81 to 83, then mostly cloudy Sunday with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon and a high of 79 to 83. Couple of showers in the morning on Monday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
This holiday season will undoubtedly be like no other. Families may not have the opportunity to celebrate physically together in the same way they usually do. But despite the global events that may keep us apart physically this year, Ancestry brings you closer to family past and present through your shared history. Even if you can't be under one roof for the holidays, you can still bring the family together with the gift of family history at Ancestry. Give your loved ones an Ancestry gift membership to let them discover the fascinating people in their past or surprise them with Ancestry DNA so they can uncover their origins. The holiday sale at Ancestry is the perfect time to treat someone you love to a gift that connects them to family in new, meaningful ways. Find amazing prices on gifts that will let your family explore their past and share really interesting stories. Don't miss the special holiday pricing on truly meaningful gifts this holiday season. Just head to Ancestry.com/Bubba. That's Ancestry.com/Bubba to get your Ancestry gift today. Or visit RickandBubba.com under the sponsors.
There's almost always a rise in break-ins during the holidays. It's why Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. 50% off any Simply Safe system and a free security camera. Recently, U.S. News & World Report called it the best home security of 2020. Check out the 50% off plus free security camera deal before it ends this week. It won the CNET Editor's Choice for Home Security and was named Best in 2020 by Forbes and Popular Mechanics. This system has an arsenal of sensors and cameras that protects every inch of your home. You can set it up yourself in about 30 minutes. It's super easy. Then Simply Safe security specialists take over, monitoring your home around the clock and ready to send an emergency help at the moment there's an alarm. Get 50% off Simply Safe plus a free security camera today by visiting simplysafebubba.com. Hurry, this deal expires on Friday. That's simplysafebubba.com or visit rickandbubba.com under the sponsors for a link.
I hope you're not too mad at me. I was running a little bit late.
It is 8.5 minutes until top of the hour. Thank you so much for tuning into the old Rick and Bubba show here. It's a Black Friday edition, best of, Cook's Pest Control best of. I'm hosting it. I'm Speedy. Hope you're doing well. Rick and Bubba back in studio on Monday. Got a lot to reflect back on over this Thanksgiving Day weekend. Hope all of you enjoying your Black Friday, getting through it. Playing one request after another. They're all requests. I'm not just sitting here just, flipping through stuff. We have a lot of leftovers, too, from past shows that we go back to and try to fill in as well. Here is a... Here's a great best of. Talking about being in a tree for a while. Take a listen.
Rick, after 2 years perched in an ancient redwood tree, environmental activist Julia Butterfly Hill came back to Earth Saturday, legs wobbly, after her stay in a towering tree she called Luna. The 25-year-old, who had lived in the tree since December the 10th, 1997.
Gentlemen, do y'all hear this?
I saw it on the news.
2 years in a tree?
She had lived there to protest logging, reached an agreement Friday with the Pacific Lumber Company, and promised to climb down from her 18-story high perch, which is on company property. A spokesperson for Pacific Lumber confirmed the deal, but would not give the specifics. What do you think they had to deal? What was the deal?
She didn't want them to cut trees. You know what they probably said? Okay, sister, Butterfly, get out of the tree. We won't cut this one down. How's that sound? And we won't throw you in jail when you get down here. Right. There's our deal.
I saw the footage on TV, and she was kissing the ground and walking real wobbly when she got down.
Well, how about... Well, there's a lot of questions about living in a tree for 2 years. I'll let you finish.
Well, let's see. The story says Hill came down Saturday from the mist shroud treetops to practice walking, a skill that she hasn't used much during her time aloft. She was not immediately available for comment, but she scheduled an afternoon news conference. She's got great upper body strength, but she hasn't walked in 2 years. She's only climbed, says a spokeswoman for Circle of Life, Hill support group.
You wouldn't want an arm wrestler, though, I'll tell you that.
I bet. She's going to take some time to get used to walking again. So, two sources familiar with the pack said Hill and her supporters had been negotiating for her to pay $50,000 to Pacific Lumber to make up for lost logging revenue, while Pacific
That's
Lumber...
That's a new approach to protesting. We'll pay you for what your loss is because we love trees.
While Pacific Lumber would spare Hill's redwood and a surrounding 200-foot zone from logging. Rick, I don't know if they're saying they would give that, or the logging company said, we're fixing to sue you for that, Miss Butterfly.
Well, yeah.
See, they're negotiating for her to pay $50,000 to make up for lost wages. So it sounds like the lumber company said, look, we've got lost wages here, and we're fixing to sue you. So, and that was her settlement to pay $50,000.
Now,
but in turn, they agreed not to cut that tree or 200 foot around it.
Now, she's been living up there, hauling up food supplies by a rope, sleeping under a tarp, and bathing in a bucket. Of course, the question we're all asking.
On an 8x8 platform. Buddy, I'd roll off of
2
that
years
thing,
in a tree? Do you think there was people walking the forest from time to time that 2 years and go, is it raining?
Or, Rick, more apt, do y'all smell Sasquatch in the air?
Back up, son. There's a big bird up in that tree.
Yes. Somebody said that. My gosh, what is that, a condor?
You know what she would have heard if she'd have been in my tree?
What?
What, you...
Yeah.
She would have heard you blowing into a microphone?
Female type of cup.
Yeah, I would have said, well, I'll tell you what, Butterfly, we're going to see how quick you can get down when I start this chainsaw.
Yeah. That's what I had in mind.
Yeah. I got you. Oh, I knew what you were doing.
Bubba did.
Either that or I thought you were gasping for breath and having that heart attack we've been fearing.
I was pulling with my hand.
Okay.
You see, that should have been an indication.
I thought,
Mickey, this is a radio station, not television.
Yeah, we couldn't. Nobody could see.
Now, Rick,
I was doing that for y'all.
It's radio.
I was doing that for y'all.
Did you see in the story where TV crews, of course, from all over America, Germany, England, Israel had been there? Bonnie Raitt had even been there.
You're kidding.
And it says she even became an TV correspondent for a cable TV show about the environment.
I did see that, dude. I was so sick I had to turn it off. I mean, you think she just got out there on a 8x8 platform, plywood, and says, look out below?
If she'd have taken a gun, she could have deer hunted for 2 years.
She wouldn't dare do that. Come on.
The only thing she'd ever shoot would be humans because they're the only evil people on earth.
I'm amazed that there's a woman out there that can go 2 years without wearing a pair of shoes.
That's a good point.
I reckon they brought them to her. I mean, she craved a loaf for a time.
Well, they said they carried the food up in a bucket.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they used the bucket to drop other things down, Rick. It's the only thing I can think of. It's just
if you're going to be on bucket duty for her tree.
Same bucket.
Same bucket. What if you were the person that forgot to tell her, whoa, before you take that sponge bath, that water might be a little tart. You might want to send that down to.
Or, Rick, she may have been growing her own plants up there. Tomato plants or whatever. Who knows? And just recycling, if you know what I mean.
Bless her heart.
Well, she's down. She's walking. She's lived in a tree for 2 years to protect trees.
See, this shows the fact, Rick, we could send men to Mars.
Jane.
You know what I mean? If she could stay in a tree for 2 years, I know we could put people in a capsule for a year.
That's true.
I mean, they've almost done that now.
Hey, but Mickey, it does say the first thing she did when she got to the ground, she was heard saying, "I need a pair of flats." So that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe
that's the reason I came down there having a sale. They're having a sale down at Shoe City.
Do you think it's coincidental she came down in December?
Oh, she wasn't going to let that Christmas in.
I missed one.
And look, and her boyfriend's somewhere going, what, she's coming down? I mean, he's running out trying to find something right now. I thought we was going to live off the land. I thought material things didn't matter. He didn't fall for that, did he?
I guess getting her a hammock would have been out of line.
Rick, I'm going to bet she doesn't have a boyfriend.
Yeah, that's probably not too bold a step out there either.
Speaking of that, as I was dubbing up some stuff for Speedy, I heard the old, when we were in the woods looking for the Rainbow Family, and you trying to convince them the chigger was the ninja of the insect world.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I've forgotten all about that.
All right, that'll wrap it up for this hour. Thank you so much for tuning into this Cook's Pest Control Best Of on Black Friday. If you are leaving us, have a great day. The guys back together on Monday. But if you're staying with us, we got another hour. So hopefully you can be with us and hang out and enjoy another hour of this Cook's Pest Control Best Of. Don't forget, the website is rickandbubba.com. The phone number, 866-WE-BE-BIG. The store is there. It's got the Christmas bundle. It's got the latest Best Of CD. Go there and look around a little bit. It might be something that you want for Christmas or someone you love. Check it out right now. rickandbubba.com. Click on store.
Rick and Bubba.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Trump announced Thursday COVID-19 vaccines will start being distributed to Americans next week or the week after. Trump said the first rollouts will be sent to frontline workers, medical personnel, and senior citizens. Iron Mike Tyson, now 54 years old, is getting ready to go back into the ring to box.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to knock nobody out, like you said, but I'm trying to protect myself at all times.
Mike Tyson on GMA.
I've been getting in shape. I've been feeling good. My brother-in-law asked me that I want to fight somebody. I said, no way. Then the light went off in my head. I said, hey, but did they want to box me? Because the guy was an MMA fighter. And so he said, yeah. So I said, I'll box anybody.
Mike Tyson versus 1988 silver medalist Roy Jones Jr. Live at the Staples Center in Los Angeles Saturday night. The pay-per-view event will set you back about $50. Thanks for listening. This is USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I've been taking vitamins off and on my whole adult life, and I've never seen any change. Not like this, not since I've been on Balance of Nature. I used to take prescription medication for muscle aches and stuff. I don't take that anymore. I wish I would have started it back when I first heard about it on the radio. And if I can give Balance of Nature any advice, keep it out on the radio, because I still hear these commercials from time to time, and I'm thinking, you people need to listen up. I mean, I'm over 50, and, your body starts wearing down. But Balance of Nature has literally changed my life. It really has.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
Some of the best methods to seed pomegranate. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
For generations, we've worked the land. We've faced hardships and uncertainty before, but you can depend on Florida's farmers. We will continue to rise before dawn and harvest our crops, ensuring that Florida-grown fruits and vegetables are in your stores and that your family is fed. We are providers for our families and yours. We're Florida's farmers, and we're in this together.
I'm a botanist, I'm a scientist, and an activist. I'm a mechanic, I'm a caretaker, a hay raker, I'm a miller, a tiller, and a grain bin filler. I'm a farmer. But the most important handle I ever had is Dad.
You're a parent first, farmer second. Do all you can to make your farm safe for children. Visit cultivatesafety.org for help protecting the most important thing you will ever raise.
Seeding pomegranates can be a bit of a challenge, and there are a few ways of doing it. One method is to make a small nick in the stem of the fruit and pull the fruit apart, then pick out the seeds individually. The second way is more common. Simply slice the fruit in half or quarters, then gently tease the seeds out with your hands into a bowl. You can also hold one half over a bowl filled with water and wrap the back of the fruit with a wooden spoon until all the seeds fall out. Then strain the stuff off the top of the water with a slotted spoon, pour out the water, and drain the arils. The problem with this method is that you end up slicing through some of the pomegranate seeds. Finally, there is the method the pros use. Slice off the top of the fruit using a sharp knife. When looking down at the fruit, you'll see that the membranes create 6 little sections inside the fruit. Score the skin at the point of each membrane, cut through the skin and into the membrane, but not all the way through the fruit. Whatever method you choose, remember that pomegranate juice will stain. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
Get inspired to take your next vacation close to home and experience Miami Beach. A paradise getaway only a drive away. Take in 7 miles of beautiful beach. Walk historic South Beach. Take in the art and culture. Stroll famous Lincoln Road and taste the international cuisine found in the city that offers a faraway feeling without the flight. Visit Miami Beach, a paradise getaway only a drive away. Learn more at Experience Miami Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
I, Ebenezer Scrooge, have come to tell you not to attend Ocala Civic Theatre's production of A Christmas Carol. It is full of Christmas cheer. This holiday travesty is live on stage at OCT November 19th through December 20th. Unless you wish your family to be filled with hope and joy, do not call 352-236-2274 for tickets. And to those who do not heed my warning to avoid A Christmas Carol at OCT, I say, bah, humbug!
Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
6 minutes past the hour, a brand new hour here on the Best Of. It's the Cook's Pest Control Black Friday Best Of. We thank you for being with us. I'm your host, Speedy. The guys back all together again on Monday. Let's start this hour with one off our latest CD.
So there's been a lot of discussion on the program, too, of the summer of Bubba. Because Bubba has been, bringing up in little sound bites here or there, discussing things
this
about.
Was a long time ago.
Well, I'm talking about recently, though. You've been talking about your weight again, and how you're trying to do better, and making some adjustments. And I suggested in the kitchen, as a matter of fact, that that Bubba release his own book of fitness.
You suggested I stay out of the kitchen.
Yeah,
maybe that's the title of the book.
Bubba pontificates on health and fitness.
Yeah,
and all their various comments over the years are put into one book so people can have them. Chapter 1, peanut M&Ms, somewhat healthy snack. Chapter 2, hyper stepping. Yeah. And what you could do, like chapter 1, could just be titled, instead of being specific, somewhat healthy snacks.
Yeah.
And that way you could go through peanut M&Ms,
chocolate covered raisins,
goat drop cookies, goat drop cookies.
What if I just call it a somewhat diet?
That's it. So. But anyway, so we were talking about one of the signs that you have COVID-19 is that you lose your smell.
Mm-hmm.
You can't smell or taste anything. And somebody that I know said that's when they knew they had it. They walked in, their wife was cooking, and they couldn't smell what the rocker or their wife was cooking. and they said, oh, no, I've lost my sense of smell. I better go get tested. And they haven't felt that bad, but they did test positive because of that. So all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, Bubba says, well, that's really what ruined the summer of Bubba. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? So because Bubba, you lost, 50 pounds?
Yeah, about 50 pounds.
And if you ever seen the pictures, just the one we used,
You lost your smell when you did that?
Well, he was struggling while he was losing the weight. Your smell you couldn't smell good, right? What was going on?
Allergies.
Well, I have allergy problems. Mm-hmm. I've always had. I've had 2 sinus surgeries, so
See, there it is. There's the summer. But look at that guy
having having a
hairdo,
being able to breathe through your nose is not always been easy for me. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And
things we take for granted.
And somebody had told me about a new medicine that they had out, and I asked my doctor about it, and we tried it, and man, it really worked. I mean, it worked really good. So it really opened me up, and I was smelling again. And that I told Rick, I said, when my smell came back and I could breathe again, that was really what ended the summer of Bubba.
You could smell that food, and you're like, hey, now.
And it had some it was a steroid of some type, too, so it probably helped kick that appetite in, too. So, boy, I could breathe, and I could smell oh, man, it smells.
So you're saying the summer of Bubba was part of it being successful is you couldn't smell very good.
Yeah, that's it.
And once the smell came back,
I was off to the races.
That was the end of the summer of Bubba.
So then Greg announced in the kitchen, I said, that right there, that statement right there, the one he said after this, may be the fattest comment you've ever made. and this is what he said. He said, I wonder if I was thinking about some way, speaking that, I have a CPAP machine. I wonder if I could take like pieces of Reese's cups and put it in my CPAP machine where I could smell Reese cups all night while I slept. And I said, that statement right there may be the fattest statement you've ever made.
I agree.
Well, I ain't gonna top that. See, I've got the CPAP that has the humidifier chamber on it, And I don't need the humidifier chamber. I don't get dried out like some people do.
Well, heck,
I have plenty of mucus. I'm good. So I thought, I was smelling a Reese cup the other day, and I thought...
First of all, stop right there.
What are you smelling?
Stop it. Stop right there. Greg, I was smelling the Reese cup just the other day.
Well, it's kind of a long story. The Bussey family don't always do what's good for you.
What?
I actually gave some candy to Betty for her anniversary, and that's what you should give.
You ate it.
That's what you should give to somebody that's hypoglycemic. A bag of Reese cups. But I was smelling one of them. I thought, that just really smells good.
You just picked up and smelled like a candle?
Yeah. Well, it's before I ate it. I smell it. And I thought, man,
so really you bought these for her.
I bought it for her, and she was sharing.
Right.
And so I thought, what if I put one of these in that chamber where you usually do the humidity, and you could just smell that all night long. Man, that would be awesome.
But
think how good your dreams would be.
Sometimes too much, though.
Well, I'm just saying. I just was thinking out loud. It was my fault.
I'll give it a shot.
Sometimes I should think not so loud.
So, Rick, while sniffing a Reese cup, it came to me out of nowhere.
Rick, I think you could draw a line, and it's going to rule out a lot of people. I don't think anybody would remotely even have that thought unless you were at least 50 pounds overweight.
Oh, Rick, that's the starting point.
If you're anything under that, you don't even have that thought.
No.
People that are
30 won't do it.
No, people that are 20 pounds overweight never even have a thought.
No. You get 50 and up, it's just stuff like this creeps in your mouth.
Only our community go, I was smelling the Reese cup the other day.
First of all, I'm smelling the Reese cup.
First of all, it's my anniversary, and I bought my hypoglycemic wife Reese cups.
So I could eat them
and I was smelling one of them. I thought, what if I put it in that humidifier chamber? If you took it, because you probably would fit, wouldn't it? That perfect round.
You talking about a little slice of heaven?
I think I'd get 2 or 3 of them in there.
Good, strong
it'd be like filling up the chlorinator at the pool. You just put them in there till you fill it up.
Now you got you something, Bubba.
You may be onto something.
Think about the dreams it would create.
Do you think would it make you hungrier to smell that, or would it satisfy you so you didn't crave?
Well, Ryan Greenwood, when he was trying to lose weight, he'll blow up. And when he's losing weight, he
used to smell food and throw it away.
Yeah. So I think it might be a satisfier.
Because the best one on that is he smelled something and threw it away, and then there was something else, and he goes, I'd like to smell that, but I'm full from smelling it. So I'm have to wait a while.
And Rick, let's think about this. Really, we most of us eat because we like the taste of food.
Of course, yeah. I've never had a milkshake because I was hungry.
And really, what it all boils down to is a chemical reaction in your brain. So if you could have that same chemical reaction you have from eating, you wouldn't eat.
No, this from the man who wants to put a Reese cup in his CPAP.
I'm just saying.
Greg, hello. I'm Bill Bubba Bussey. You like me, maybe, a lot of Americans are using CPAPs.
It shows me cramming them in there.
Have you ever thought about why you slept? You just smelled your favorite food. That's why we've invented the smell chamber.
Yeah. Don't you think that would be an interesting experiment, though? Would you crave that food when you got up, or how would it affect your?
Or would you be tired of smelling it?
I don't know. Try it, bub.
Tell you what I'm gonna do for science.
Rick and Bubba.
All right, folks, you've heard us talking about what Relief Factor can do for your pain for several years now. If you struggle with occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living, consider this. Relief Factor is 100% drug-free. It's made up of ingredients that simply help your own body deal with its natural inflammatory response. And we kid you not, Relief Factor is for real. And the majority of people who ordered the 3-week quick start for just $19.95 go on to order more. Try it at relieffactor.com or rickandbubba.com under the sponsors.
This holiday season is all about the comforts of the bedroom, and Casper's Black Friday sale has up to 30% off everything you need to transform your bedroom. Only Casper mattresses are made with 86 supportive gel pods to align your spine and eliminate aches and pains. And Casper bed frames are made from the highest quality materials to ensure your frame stays looking like new. Save up to 30% during Casper's Black Friday sale now at Casper.com. Terms and conditions apply. See Casper.com/terms.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Brought to you by AbbVie.
Napa know-how. Right now, get a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil and a platinum filter for just $22.98. They're an iconic duo like Salt and Pepper, a hammer and a nail, or the holidays and awkward hugs. You can't get one without the other. That's Napa full synthetic and a platinum filter for just $22.98. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. General States pricing. Sales price does not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 12/31/20.
Stressed out? Try Stress Balls De-Stressing Gummies. Eat a couple, and you'll feel like... That's because Stress Balls gummies contain a clinically proven herb called ashwagandha that becomes more effective over time at relieving stress. So later, your whole body feels like... until eventually your whole world feels like... Turn your stress life into your best life with Stress Balls Gummy Supplements.
Wouldn't it be great if everything came with more? Like if your new computer came with unlimited tech support. When you choose a Medicare plan from United Healthcare, you get more. Like plans that have dental and vision coverage, plus hearing coverage. Call United Healthcare at 1-800-364-1360 to get Medicare with more. Remember, Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th.
Benefits and availability may vary by plan and location. More plans based on a year-over-year comparison of United Healthcare plans.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, with today's low rates, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. With a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you could consolidate and pay off high-interest debt, tackle home improvements that could add value to your home, or even set aside cash for your child's future education. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this. What can give you the technology to refinance easily and save money? Rocket can. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on quick loans, internal data. Points and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing letter. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS Consumer Access.org. Number 3030.
Seeing the check engine light come on can give anyone anxiety, but with coverage from CarShield, you won't dread unexpected repairs. CarShield offers a wide range of protection plans that can save you thousands for covered repairs. You have the freedom to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership to do the work, even if your car breaks down while you're traveling. The choice of a repair shop is still up to you. That's why they're America's #1 auto protection company. Visit carshield.com and use the code BUBBA to save 10%. A deductible may apply.
Right at 19 minutes past the hour, it's a Cook's Pest Control Black Friday best of here on the Rick and Bubba Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get right to it. Requested stuff.
If you were a Burgess, you know, my grandmother, my meemaw would take you down to the river. First of all, she'd throw you off the pier, teach you how to swim.
Sure.
And then you got out there and you learned to ski. I mean, there was no way around it. So we all grew up learning to ski. Well, it dawned on me that my children have never been exposed because, unfortunately, my grandparents, we lost my granddad and my grandmother had got where they had, their age-wise could not keep up the place down on the river, and the rest of us didn't live here at that time. So we don't have it anymore. And I thought my kids have never water ski. They've never even been taught to water ski. So on vacation, Sherry's family lives at Lake Gunnersville. I said one of the things we will do is take the kids up there, and I'm going to work with them and teach them how to ski.
They own a boat?
Yeah, her brother's got a boat. So,
I didn't know they had money.
Well, I married into money.
There you go.
But the only thing is, our system was, we had a place on the Black Warrior River. We had a pier, and everybody swam, and it was shallow enough you could touch the bottom. And you swam and all this, and the boat would come around, and it was your turn to ski. You'd swim out there, put your skis on, somebody be in the water with you, somebody in the boat. Yeah. You'd learn how to ski. Well, this system, they didn't have that. It was everybody in the boat. We go out to, 100 feet of water, and everybody who skis jumps in and out of the boat.
Right.
And everybody's in the boat. So I am starting to think, now how am I going to teach the kids to ski? And they've never done it before. And I'm going to tell you, my kids were shocked at how hard it is. Because, their whole life, somebody said, get on the jet ski. And you get out there and you wide up, man, get on the jet ski. Let me drive. And all that. So, you first of all.
How did it go, Rick?
So you get in the water, you got to get your skis pointed up. You got to get the rope in between them.
It used to be a ski belt.
Yeah,
you remember?
You got that thing up, and you tread in water. So I think to myself, keep in mind, the last time I skied was 12 to 14 years ago. But as you know, with my roller skating,
you figured you could still.
I figure
like riding a bike.
I feel like I still got it. So I'm looking around the boat, and Sherry's there, and Sherry has never seen me ski. So I can't wait to show Sherry how well I can ski.
Oh yeah.
But I'm having to be impatient because the kids are trying to learn, and they can't do it. And I realize at one point, if I'm going to teach them to ski, it's going to be an all-day event. This is not the time. This is not the place. So I'll get them out of the water.
Right.
So I'd gotten out there, and I said, so I just grab a life jacket. Now, the last time I skied, I probably weighed 225 pounds, 220,
right,
maybe even 215. So I now weigh 280. So I said, hand me one of these.
Did the poor boat have a chance?
What?
Did you take it under?
I said, let me have that life jacket. So I just grabbed one. Now, as I'm putting it on, I realize it's more of a fishing jacket instead of a ski jacket. It's not an official ski jacket, but I think it's good enough. And it's good because I'm a fine swimmer. And I put it on and like that, and the skis are out there floating like that. And I go in the water, and I dive in, and I come up, and I said, all right, here we go. And I said, this is going to be a great moment because my kids are going to see their dad ski. I'm going to be jumping waves. I'm going to be slapping the skis on the water. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's going to get Sherry wound up that we may even have to get a room. You know what I mean? Because we got the grandparents here. They can keep the kids, And so I get out there in the water. So I'm out there in the water, and I go to put my ski on in the water while treading, and all of a sudden, just a little moment of water gets up, and I kind of spit the water out, and I go.
That is one of the worst feelings.
Yeah,
isn't it?
And I said, this life jacket is not holding me like it really needs to. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden I go get the and I'm sinking, and I go, look, then there's that first just slight panic tread, that first where you hit your hands one time to kind of hold you up. And so and you're not wanting to panic. You know what I mean? You go, and the kids are all watching, Daddy. I'm like, I love y'all. And about that time, look, it goes, and it jumps up on the side of my face, the life jacket, and it starts attempting to dunk me. You know what I mean? Where it gets up on you, and it's putting you down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Love you, Daddy. Like that, and Sherry go, here we, and so I give him the signal.
Yeah.
To go.
Good idea.
Yeah, I gotta get out of this water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I can see is like your wrist. But
Yeah. And the signal, seriously, Sherry said it appeared that there was a signal given from a headless skier. You know what I mean? Because it's up over my head. Like that. Take it. And so the boat gives out this horrific. Now keep in mind, Sherry's brother, my brother-in-law, is so excited because he's got this boat. He's worked on it. He's fixed it. He's got it running like a top.
What kind of motor?
Yeah.
How big?
I don't know all that. It's an inboard motor. It was very impressive. It ran very smooth. So, it did. So I get back there, and it goes like that. And look, and I mean, even the kids' faces, they said, everybody knew the boat wasn't going to make it.
Well, when it goes
when that
down.
rope pulled tight,
When the back end takes water.
Well, as a big guy, a lot of times we got to stay in the water longer to come out of the hole, is what we called it. We used to call it coming out of the hole.
Right.
So, and I'm now being drugged like I am chum in the water. You know what I mean?
The boat can't get up to speed.
And the boat can't do it. People say they don't know what it was. Something shot out from the boat into the water.
Yeah.
Some kind of mess. Just.
I think it was the ground-up interior of the engine.
Listen, an alarm goes off inside the boat. Look, and I'm still in the water, so there comes a moment where I need to just let go, or I'm going to drown. When that little moment you go, going to drown. Like that. So I get almost up, and my skis are still in the water. Now, my athletic ability is at least getting me. People say I was technically up at one point.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long.
You were out of the hole, but you wasn't up.
Not completely out. So I let go in the boat, and it's coming back around. Now the wake of the boat. and it's, and my skis have come up.
A mild taste of gasoline.
Yeah, and I've got just a little, look, there's gasoline and a hit of oil because something's happened. It has shot gook out into the water from trying to pull me up. And look, and then I say, look, you know how you have to make the call? I'm out there and they said, let's try it again. Like that, and I reached to get my ski and I'm gone. I realized I can't breathe. And look, and all of a sudden I grabbed my skis, seriously, throw them in the water. I said, that's it. And I started giving them the roundup. That's it. And I'm trying not to scare the kids because their father is drowning.
Yeah.
It hit me. I am drowning. Because you always hear the story. It hit me. He just banged his head on the mox and said he's out. But listen, you always hear about these great swimmers that get fatigued. They get tired, right, Andy, and drown.
Oh yeah,
from fatigue.
Sure.
And I can't breathe because I've just been drugged by a boat.
That jacket's not holding you up.
No, the jacket, and it's up over my head and like that. So then I panic. I have to admit, a panic hit me. Must get in the boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You ever been 280 try to get in a boat out of 100 feet of water? It's not that easy. So I panic and I just start climbing in. The kids are crying. Grab me. Look, at one point, I heard.
Are you saying grab me?
Grab your daddy. You know what I mean? And Sherry's got the baby and she can't help me. Blake's pulling. We can't get you in, daddy. I can't. Brandy. I can't. Somebody grab your daddy. I can't. So I've got look, at one point, my leg is up on the motor. And I'm hanging. Pull your daddy in. My Callaway Garden, Cypress Garden moment. I wanted to be up. I was going to drop one, slalom, and I've been reduced to headless. I've got the life jacket on my head, coughing up gas, clutching the side of the boat.
Oh, man.
I've got a vision of you having one foot in and the other hanging out.
No, and then I get in.
You're hollering, Bodine, grab a leg.
Yeah, Bodines, help me. And then somebody pull your meal ticket in. So then I get in there and I finally get in. My hair's all messed up and I can't breathe because of my... like that, and all of a sudden, you love the kids. Daddy, you almost got up. And I'm sitting there, and then that male pride hits you.
Oh, see, I got the same thing.
And Sherry says to me, Andy, she goes, Did you panic?
Well, heck yeah.
Look, and I went, and I reached on her, you get that bottle of water? No, I was fine. I just I just didn't want to mess the boat up. I was trying to get in and let other people ski. So, look, and I wouldn't admit I panicked. Sherry said, you panicked? Your face is pale. I said, no, I didn't panic. I was fine. I could swim.
You should have just gone with the board.
Yeah, give me another help, Daddy.
Somebody help you, Daddy.
Daddy needs the inner tube next time.
Yeah, that's what I said. Somebody get the inner tube back now. Pull me around a little bit.
29 minutes past the hour. Classic.
Somebody help your daddy.
I love that. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Cook's Pest Control Black Friday Rick and Bubba Best Of. I'm your host, Speedy. We'll be right back. Got a little bit left here, so don't go anywhere.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Trump announced Thursday COVID-19 vaccines will start being distributed to Americans next week or the week after. Trump said the first rollouts will be sent to frontline workers, medical personnel, and senior citizens. Iron Mike Tyson, now 54 years old, is getting ready to go back into the ring to box.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to knock nobody out, like you said, but I'm trying to protect myself at all times.
Mike Tyson on GMA.
I've been getting in shape. I've been feeling good. My brother-in-law asked me that I want to fight somebody. I said, no way. Then the light went off in my head. I said, hey, but they're going to box me? Because the guy was an MMA fighter. And so he said, yeah. So I said, I'll box anybody.
Mike Tyson versus 1988 silver medalist Roy Jones Jr. Live at the Staples Center in Los Angeles Saturday night. The pay-per-view event will set you back about $50. Thanks for listening. This is USA Radio News.
Attention business owners body slammed by overwhelming debt. If your business is in trouble, hassled by creditors, if you're frustrated, finally fed up with big business bailouts while your business has been left for dead, please listen close. There's a brand new fast-track bankruptcy. Some have even called it the biggest small business bailout in American history. Designed for individuals and their businesses. And look, almost no one knows about this yet. My attorney wasn't even aware of it. The truth is, beating the system has never been easy because it's rigged in a sense against the little guy. But here's the jaw-dropping news nobody's talking about. They've literally just changed the system so that you can beat it, but only if you understand how the new game has to be played. Find out if you qualify at pocketsoflight.com. This government-backed small business repair program is still legal, but may not be renewed after the election. Fight back fairly, fight back ethically at pocketsoflight.com.
Seeing the check engine light turn on can give anyone anxiety. As it stares at you, you can't help but wonder what is wrong now. How much is this going to cost? But with coverage from CarShield...
Hey, here's a nice way to get outside to brighten up his holiday week and stay completely safe. Come to Bob Wyans Camellia Gardens, a 5-acre garden that's loaded with Christmas gifts and holiday color. Bob has a huge selection of Christmas cactus starting at just $4.99. He has poinsettias in a huge variety of colors and sizes, with smaller ones starting at $3 for $12. And living Christmas trees, you've just got to see them. And how about gifting a genuine Bob Wyans heirloom camellia? They start at just $9.99 and range up to $100 or more, with thousands to choose from. Now, no kidding. So come on out, bring the family, enjoy a walk in this historic garden on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same Christmas blooming location since 1952.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
People ask me why I've worked at Palm Garden for so long, and I tell them it's the people. I love to hear the life stories, especially those from the greatest generation. Celebrating life stories is what sets Palm Garden apart, finding out what's important to them. And I love being a resource. Like Macy's Santa, if I can't help, I'll send them to Gimbel's. After all, Palm Garden is located on 34th Street. I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Call me and let's chat. 854-6262.
Good morning. What's left of it, we're getting right down to the nitty-gritty. 34 past the hour. This is WOCA The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Remember, you need to relax. It's only a drive away. We're talking about Miami Beach, Florida. That's right. Yes, that Miami Beach, with its 7 miles of beaches. Miami Beach with its international cuisine. Miami Beach with its art and culture. That's right. You could win a hotel stay in Miami Beach and a tank of gas. But you can only win if you call in. And give us your name and phone number. Just call 352-732-8000. That's 352-732-8000. From your friends here at WOCA The Source, paradise is only a drive away.
I'm just here to confirm to all the non-believers, 35 years of living in Lillian, Alabama. I cross over into Pensacola, across Burrito Bay. There is Bigfoot out there. 3 sightings in 35 years. Pensacola area from Bower Road was one. Down there by the state park, the second and the third, all the woods way to back. The first sighting close to Mobile Highway when it was more wooded. He's very elusive. All the sightings were very violent. He has got a blood-curdling growl.
So, Pete, you said all three episodes were violent. Was that the term you used?
Absolutely.
Now, what do you mean by that?
I ran out of fuel once on Bower Road, me and my wife. I had a broken leg. My wife was, at that time, well, I had 3 of my children. She was 350 pounds.
Ooh.
And I was
no wonder Bigfoot's coming in.
Years. Well, she had a crutch and I had a crutch, and we kept swinging at it. That was a young male, I'm sure. He was the smallest of them all.
So wait a minute. You and your wife had a physical altercation with a young Bigfoot.
A young male?
Yes, on Bower Road. Yeah, we ran out of fuel in a 77 Olds Delta 88.
All right, Pete, let me walk with you again. Stay with me, okay? Because it's our problem. You're not the problem.
We're trying to follow and digest all this information.
You're telling us that in an incident, you and your wife, you had a broken leg. Your wife was at the time 350. She also had a crutch. And that then when you ran out of fuel, you were trying to do something about the fuel, and then you encountered more than one Bigfoot, but one of them.
One Bigfoot. No, only one Bigfoot.
And this Bigfoot
we encountered on Bower Road was a young male.
And you think it's a young male because?
He was young. Okay, he didn't have the last Bigfoot I seen had it's like a dog. It was a female. There was no doubt about it. Okay.
Unbelievable. I don't think you can say that.
No, but who cares?
Okay, had
what size
it
dog?
Came all the way up to us. She took one of my crutches, my wife did, and helped me swinging the crutch, both of us, at the juvenile Bigfoot.
Stop again. So the female Bigfoot was a completely different day, different encounter.
Yeah, I had 3 encounters in 35 years.
Okay, I'd like to stick on y'all slinging this crutch.
All right, so when you
is this encounter one?
This is young male.
Okay.
All right, this is not female who has breasts like a dog. All right, let's talk about this. So the male, when you started swinging the crutches, his reaction was what?
Just to back up and to keep coming back and screaming at us.
Screaming? Can you describe the scream?
Thank you. You were on the side of the road because you ran out of gas?
I have never in my life heard anything like this screaming. It was a horrible screech.
Can you try to?
The most blood-curdling growl I've ever heard.
Well, isn't that the case? All right, let's go back to this. Can you try to give us something that sounds like it, and then I'll give you some choice. Say it again. Do it again. One more time.
Wow.
Okay, so there's a little bit of mule in there. It sounds like
right,
but much more severe.
One more time, I want to listen.
Sir, I think you got attacked by a jackass.
Well, listen. When you were on,
can anybody find
you ran out of gas. You ran out of gas.
Oh yeah, Rick.
And you were on the side of the road, and he came out of the bushes, or what?
Well, we were on 98 in Lillian. She
Here
lived
we
in
go.
Pensacola over there, Perdido Key.
She's
Not
big. We got
important.
it. We
So
get
We
all that.
turned right up. We turned right at Tom Thumb, and we was going to try to make it to the next one. We ran out. We didn't get far past the first one, so we started walking down Bower Road. We got about a third of the way down.
So you're
and
walking.
That's when he came out.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, we're walking.
So you've got crutches and your
Comes
wife
out
has
of the
crutches.
right-hand side and begins to try to come towards us.
From
Just
the
out
woods.
of the woods.
From the woods.
Yeah, first he kind of stays out in the woods and walks along with us and lets us know he's there. And then he says, "Heck with it, I'm coming in."
Did he come out with
Did
he come out with a roar, or did he come out silent?
silently, just being real silent out there, was pacing us.
I got you. And when he attacked,
what time of day was this, Pete?
Late at night, like 3 in the morning.
Okay.
They're partying.
So, Pete, would you ever consider yourself a master herbalist?
I don't consider myself anything but an honest Christian.
Amen. All right, listen to this.
Just trying to tell people the truth.
Well, you are, and he
That was
finally
his first encounter.
He finally went away. Why? Just got tired of fighting y'all in the crutch.
The crutch just was too much.
Okay.
We were swinging that thing. We were trying to take his head off.
Understood. Female. What?
We were scared to death.
The female attacked you, or just watched you?
Okay, the female, I was in a 71 Lincoln Continental Mark III parked. Me and my wife got into a fight. She kicked me out. I went to sleep in the back seat, and that's when she approached with the growls and having a fit. She actually tried to get into the vehicle.
Wow.
I jumped out of the back seat from underneath my sheet. I looked to the right. It was definitely a Bigfoot shaking a 71 Lincoln like it was a toy, growling, this blood-curdling growl.
Okay.
Definitely Bigfoot.
Okay, so now the third encounter, what happened?
My mother went juking with a friend of hers, and I got stuck babysitting. I get to this house. I notice all the windows are open. Thank goodness. I had an unction, just a feeling. Lock all the windows. And it just kept over and over with me. Lock the windows. It just kept bothering me. And sure enough, every window in that house was unlocked. The kids were even going in and out the windows while I was locking them. So I lock all the windows, and after a while, I went ahead and got the woman had 3 little girls. I put all the little girls to sleep. Later, I'm in the master bedroom. There's nothing. I'm so bored to death. I'm playing with the old kit of the build a log cabin out of the wooden blocks.
Details.
When suddenly I feel like
Lincoln logs.
something is wrong, there's something's looking at me or just something weird. So I turn around and I look, and there at the window, staring in the window, is the big male, the humongous gorilla head with the big square chiclet horse teeth, the gargantuan eyes, the biggest head I've ever seen. And here he was staring in there into the room, this Godzilla-sized gorilla head.
Godzilla-sized?
Wow, that's big.
Well, I would say Godzilla-sized. To me, at that time, it was very enormous. It was as big as a basketball almost. It was not quite as big as a basketball, but it was a big old head.
Have you ever seen Bubba's head?
No.
Okay.
But it was
very big.
I was just doing a comparison. It's a big head. Or it is.
Yeah, I knew this was compared to the others, this is definitely a big male. And this, by the way, was the first encounter I ever had.
Okay, it started with big male, then it went to little male, then to female. What was the order of the appearances?
The big male I just told you about in the window. The second one was the juvenile, and the third one, the last one, was the female in the car.
And what did big male do? Did he make a move for you? Did he try to tear the house down? What happened?
He didn't do anything but peek it out and saw that the windows were shut and game over, nothing for dinner.
Yeah, but couldn't he have just knocked the window?
Big as he was? Yeah.
No.
As strong as a bear?
I'm telling you, they're sneaky. I'm telling you, they creep up on you. If it's good, they'll go. If not, it's a no-go.
All right, so
that's how I'm feeling them.
Do you think, because there's people that would dream of these encounters that go out and spend their life, do you think there's something about you that draws them to you?
No, not at all.
Well, you have to admit that
I have been fortunate enough to just see what I have seen.
You say fortunate? Didn't it terrify you?
Well, I'm fortunate enough to let the others know the truth. And that's the fortunate part, is that somebody can tell you, look, they're real. They're out there, and watch yourself.
So that's your message today. They're real. They're out there, so watch yourself.
Yeah, they ain't friendly. I think they're hungry. And if you ain't careful, you're going to be snack time.
Do you? Well, we've heard that you confirm you think they eat meat.
I think they'll eat humans.
No, now, Pete, you think they were trying to
attack me and my wife? One tried to get in my car, and the other one was coming in for the kids in the window. Add it up.
Well, Pete, you make a compelling point.
Add it up, Rick.
I add it up, and then you know what it equals? Mm-hmm. Somebody's hungry.
Right.
Somebody's hungry.
I care about people. They need to know the truth.
Mm-hmm. Was there a stench? Did you notice a smell on the ones that were close enough to you?
I never smelt anything, and I got a pretty good nose. No, I think they're a clean animal. I think they're smart. They take care of themselves.
Okay, we've heard
they're smarter than we give them credit for.
We've heard that they stink. So you disagree with
they're
that?
Definitely elusive.
Because you think some of these people that are smelling something, it's not Bigfoot because you had 3 encounters and you had no smell.
Unless they're smelling a dead body that rubbed off on them the wrong way.
Pete, let me ask you this: Have you?
They're real.
He's reading the script.
Hey, they're real. So good. Hey, they're real. Be careful and watch it. What is it,
Pete? Have you told people about these encounters before?
I'm sure.
I have. I try to tell some people about it.
Some people just say, "Look, I had an encounter, but I'm not bringing it up."
Yeah.
If we went to catch one of the 3, which one are you most afraid of? Which one was most aggressive?
The male.
The big
male
one?
on Bower Road.
Oh, that was the one that walked next to you and your wife and went after y'all.
Will you try to kill it or capture it? What's your plan?
Capture it.
Okay.
A living dog is better than a dead lion, baby.
Okay, I got to know where are you gonna take Bigfoot when you catch
another
it?
bumper sticker.
Are you gonna take it to the Humane Society? Where are you taking it?
I'm going to take it to a zoo with one heck of a cage.
Okay. All right.
Needs to be took care of. Fed, well fed. And then if they can find a female to catch as well, put in there and breed them, and then they can have babies, and then maybe, who knows, we can find out what we can do with them.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español?
Hablo.
It's hablo?
Yes.
It's hablo.
Bon dia, like good day, good morning, I think.
I can say je m'appelle David, but that's probably it.
When you
Get inspired to take your next vacation close to home and experience Miami Beach. A paradise getaway only a drive away. Take in 7 miles of beautiful beach. Walk historic South Beach. Take in the art and culture. Stroll famous Lincoln Road and taste the international cuisine found in a city that offers a faraway feeling without the flight. Visit Miami Beach, a paradise getaway only a drive away. Learn more at Experience Miami Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Municipal Golf Course, 3130 East Silver Springs Boulevard, any Wednesday at 6:30 a.m., and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, check OcalaBusinessLeaders.com.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 81 to 83, then mainly clear tonight, low 63 to 66. Saturday will be nice with partly sunny skies and a high of 81 to 83, then mostly cloudy Sunday with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon and a high of 79 to 83. Couple of showers in the morning on Monday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
ButcherBox.com/Bubba or RickandBubba.com under the sponsors.
Seeing the check engine light turn on can give anyone anxiety. As it stares at you, you can't help but wonder, what is wrong now? How much is this going to cost? But with coverage from CarShield, you won't dread unexpected repairs. CarShield offers a wide range of protection plans that can save you thousands for covered repairs, which means that check engine light is a lot less scary when it comes on. You have the freedom to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership to do the work, and CarShield gets the rest taken care of. Even if your car breaks down while you're traveling, the choice of a repair shop is still up to you. On top of that, payments are flexible and CarShield plans are customizable to your exact needs. CarShield has helped over 1 million drivers. That's why they're America's #1 protection company. Get coverage today and see why CarShield goes farther. Visit carshield.com and use the code BUBBA to save 10%. carshield.com, code BUBBA, or visit rickandbubba.com for more information. A deductible may apply.
9 minutes till top of the hour. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to us on this Black Friday best of. All of you out there working, like all you truck drivers, Fatso and the crew. I hear you checking in with me. Y'all are what makes America keep going. Thank y'all for being a part of the show today and all your support. It's been a lot of fun. Let's continue here.
We are continuing to hunker down at the Broadcast Plaza and Teleport. Team Rick and Bubba so far, everybody good. We've discussed patient zero. We've had a quick poll about it and everything. Adler, who is trying to distance himself even more than the rest of us for obvious reasons. He has a wife that is expecting their first baby. Right, Adler? I mean, it's coming up. Are we doing okay, buddy? Are we doing
how are we looking?
Do you need us? Are we doing what you need us to do? Helm says he's seen you roll your eyes at us a couple times. Are you happy with how we're handling this right now?
Honestly, y'all are gregarious people.
Right, we are.
And I was kind of thinking like an attitude would change a little bit within this place.
Right.
Like, maybe we shouldn't be laughing in each other's faces, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Because I would love to, be there when my first kid is born.
Right, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We're trying to be.
That would be nice.
We're trying to be leery.
That's legit.
We're being leery of that.
It's a great goal.
Meeting the kid would be awesome.
Right, right. Right.
When it's born.
But in all fairness, it'll take a couple weeks for him to be able to be coherent enough to know you are.
He won't know one way or the other.
I'll tell you this. I mean, I usually am much more, all up in your business, and I've really tried to stay away.
Have you guys noticed that I do step away sometimes when y'all talk to me as it is? Have you noticed that?
Do I notice?
Frankly, truthfully.
Yeah.
My bubble already is about 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah.
And so with this COVID-19 thing, it's 19 feet. I've decided it's got to be 19.
Do you remember how hard, over the last couple of years, how hard I've worked on, like, grabbing you and standing in the doorway and asking if you can move me, grabbing you in headlocks? I don't do that hardly ever anymore.
Well, honestly, that's okay, kind of at times, because all right, we're being physical. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
And I've gotten better. I've been doing some jujitsu, so I can kind of hang with you now.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. If you can get me to sit down, I'm really in trouble.
It's like when what's bothering me these days, I feel like, is when I'm eating a sandwich, and you are also eating a sandwich, I don't need to hear like the funniest joke you've ever told.
I got you.
Like 1 feet away, you know, because we're both eating sandwiches here, and I don't need your sandwich on my sandwich.
Right. Well, the egg yesterday didn't even go near your sandwich.
Well,
the egg hit over on by the trash can.
I'm very sensitive. I've got a bigger bubble than you guys. I've determined.
Right. So you have a song for us?
I do. I wrote a COVID-19 song, maybe bring a little bit of levity to.
Yeah. All right.
This, Greg, I know I'm back here. I can hear your sarcastic little comments, buddy. All right. I know I'm back here. I don't have headphones on.
You got good
I
ears.
can hear.
So here he goes.
All right. So can y'all hear?
Yeah.
Got it.
Look how big the guitar is to compare to him.
Oh, wow. It's like when like a mariachi band plays.
Yeah.
It's a normal size guitar. All right. Also, Greg, just remind me again, sarcastically, non-helpfully, that I did not tune. Thanks for being non-helpful, Greg. Dang it.
We're going to bring another mic to you, Adler.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
Because we want you to see your first baby.
Sing the song for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
I got a tune now. Dang it.
Yeah, Greg,
there's a little out of tune. You heard
It
it.
is out of tune. You're right, Greg.
I mean, is Pavarotti going to sing it or what?
So Greg was right.
Yes. Thanks. Hey, man, Mozart.
Hey, Mozart. Oh, look at you.
I messed it up. I panic tuned just now. I panic tuned and messed it up.
He panic tuned.
1, 2.
There you
1,
go.
2.
There you go. You got it. Yeah. Okay. All right, we got it now.
Speedy's too close.
Speedy, get away from me.
Bubba's got his harp out.
Trying to give him a time.
Greg said it's still not in tune.
I know.
enough,
I panic tuned and messed the whole thing up. I'm not even playing around right now.
It's close enough. Don't worry.
It's good enough.
I heard it was Corona.
Bubba's got his tune. Oh, God, that's bad.
I don't know what's happening. I'm having a panic attack. I'm having a panic attack right now.
It's a half
I think I have
down,
COVID-19. I think I have COVID-19. I literally need 4 minutes to tune. I'm screwing this whole show up.
It's fine.
It sounds terrible.
You know whose fault it is Greg.
Oh, he just touched my face.
He's trying so hard not to touch his face. Adler, it's fine. Most people won't know.
I just touched my face.
Greg, he's got that one so out of tune. It's almost in tune for the next one down. Past a half.
Oh, we got an open E. What?
We will promote it. We will
Strum
come
it one
back
more
a
time.
couple of segments.
You know what this is?
Shut it. I hope you get COVID-19.
Probably do.
I panicked and I went way too far
Is
on
that
one,
wrong?
and then
Can I
matched
tell you?
everything else to that, and then screwed up everything, and then started using my digital tuner, and then Greg started saying stuff, and then now I hope he has COVID-19, and then I touched my face.
So
Buddy laid back. I touched my face.
what's great about it? What's great about it? I've learned a new term I love. I panic tuned. Yeah, I love that one. I panic tuned. And then the other is the touching of the face.
Yep.
Here's our very own Eddie Van Adler.
COVID-19, oh, I swear you're so mean from this moment. You wrecked everything. Are you in my chest? Dry cough, I confess. Earth is dirty from COVID-19. Oh, yeah. It's Come On, Eileen. You guys
Got it.
We got it. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
COVID-19.
Okay.
We got
No, I'll be clean.
I know what you
My poor old 401k. The stock market is just strangling because a bat hooked up with a pangolin and COVID-19. The stores are out of TP. Now my toilet needs one of those bidet things. Now that sports are all done, what will I do for fun? See my family? No thanks, COVID-19. Cleanliness is key. Please do not shake hands with me and wash real good after you poop and pee, cause COVID-19, please give me 6 feet of a bubble. If you are unclean, social distance is best. No symptoms, no test. Don't catch stupid from COVID-19. People stay away. Luckily, since I turned 13, everybody stays 6 feet away from me. Because COVID-19, oh, I swear you're so mean from this moment. You wrecked everything. Are you in my chest? Dry cough, I confess. From Earth is dirty. From COVID-19. COVID-19. One more time now. COVID-19. Oh, I swear you're so mean. From this moment, you wrecked everything. Are you in my chest? Cough, cough, I confess. Earth is dirty from COVID-19.
That's good, Adam. We like that.
That's my COVID-19 song.
Thank you all so much for making this Black Friday a fun one. Tune in Monday for more Rick and Bubba.
Rick and Bubba.
Broadcast